All right, we live.
All right, Shalom. We are the brothers from the GMS Camp Atlanta. And before we get started, we would like to give all honor and glory unto
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to your hopeful elect that's been pushing this truth, man. But hey, man, the spirit got it on y'all people who believe in this society, man. You know, you guys shouldn't be putting all your trust in Babylon, man, aka America. You know why? Because it's destroying you. You know, this place is not going to get you saved, man. You know, the love of this world is not going to get you saved, man. You need to love Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that you people enter God and Jesus Christ, man. You know, you guys actually need to come back and repent and get right with the Lord before he come back to destroy you. Simple as that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get that song from Bakusha.
This is Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Yeah, man, you Idumeans, man. Esau, you so-called Caucasians, you so-called white people, man. You thinking your society is going to continue when it's really not, you know? Thus says the scripture, thus says Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, your time is almost up. Shalom. You know? Yeah. That's why you're gonna come down with great wrath at the end of the day, man. And you still won't succeed, man. You know? Can you reread that one more time about the shot?
This is Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
Yeah, you got what? Martin Luther King Street, Jim Crow Street, you know? A lot of the streets, man, that's named after other people.
These parks.
Yep, these parks.
Companies.
You guys
the cities
constantly building these businesses thinking it's gonna go on forever. It's not, man. That's why I say your inward thought. And what the scriptures say when you believe in your own thoughts, man. You know?
Yeah, the heart is wicked.
Exactly.
It's wicked, who can know it?
Yeah, you can get it.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Yeah, who can know it, man? You know? You deceiving your own self, man. Thinking, hey, you know, let's create this and that. Let's keep them in the ghettos and the projects. Let's chase them out, tear down their homes, build up more companies. Let's keep the process going. You know, let's create flying cars. You know, whatever y'all have in y'all simple ass minds, man. You know, the Lord is about to cut that off, man. And you guys won't succeed. The farthest you guys will probably go is the mark of the beast. You know?
The enterprise.
Con. You got it, bro.
This is Job 14, verse 5. See, his days are determined. The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, man, you guys feel it in the spirit, man. You know? Days are getting shorter and shorter with you Edomites, man. You know? Not only you Edomites, but you Jakes too. You know? Because you deserve it, man. You guys go out, all you guys do is what? Party, drink all day, commit adultery, smoke. You know, that's starting to get old, man. The Lord is tired of seeing a nigga activity. That's why you see the sifting of Israel is happening right now, man. That's why you see the spiritual art is closing up right now. It's getting tighter and tighter, man. Days are going to get worse and worse. You know? You see more Israelites wearing fringes on their t-shirts, things of that nature. Even though they're going off and overzealous. But that's the sifting of Israel, man. Jacob's starting to wake up. Why so, though? Because we're preaching out Yahweh Shem Yahushua's name, man.
That's right.
Started with the apostles of Great Millstone all the way up down, man. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You know? Jesus Christ was being pushed out. Buddha was being pushed out at one point, you know? But there's no power in that. We didn't see a big sift in these other gods, but we seen a big sift on glorifying our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know? Can you put that on?
This is Isaiah 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel,
That's right.
neither seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yeah, you guys don't look at the Holy One of Israel. Who is the Holy One of Israel? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Once again, that you people literally call God and Jesus Christ. His real name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shah, man. You know? You guys don't put y'all trust in him. You guys put your trust in what? These modern day chariots. These modern day chariots, man. You know? You guys so quick to go to the pharmacy to get your drugs. But here it is, you got natural herbs to look into that the Lord created out the earth. You know? You get to dig in the Hebrew, create a prayer, a powerful prayer in his name to get healed, so that he can show his glory unto you, so that you can believe, so that he can boost your faith. But you guys don't want that, man. You guys just want to stunt and front, man. Most of you people are double-minded, you know, faint-hearted, and that hate spirit, you know, which is off as all hell.
This is Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yeah, man, woe unto you, man. Stop putting your trust into this place. Stop putting your trust into Esau and what he's got going on. Let him go, man, because he will not be able to save you. He has a deep perpetual hate for you and us as a whole, as a nation, man. You know? So just go ahead and let this devil go, man. Let the devil be the devil. You get
I got a precept for you. This is Matthew 6. And what the hell is going on out here, man?
spirits.
Yeah. This is Matthew 6 and 25. And it says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on it. It is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment. All right, because like how you said, people put a trust in everything that they can physically see. They trust in their car, they trust in their house, they trust in their muscles and their ability to speak different languages. Esau trusts in his credit. He trusts in his credit score and shit. You know, but all of that is failing, because like how you saying, Esau, the Lord is really is killing the flesh, killing carnality out here. The only thing that's gonna be left is what? The spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
You know, you got it, brother.
And you guys gonna see that in that day, man. What? Ezekiel 33 and 33. You know, and that day, y'all shall know it was prophets of money. You gonna see the spirit of the Lord on us, man. You know. But about to show you get Sirach 12 and I believe it's 6.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 6, and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, man. And the main point I want to get is never trust thy enemy, man. The world is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Your enemy. This is his kingdom, not your kingdom, you know? Stop being in that hate spirit to say, hey, no, man, we're here to tell you that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is real, man. You know? We're here to tell you to repent, man, so that he can comfort you, to see you the spirit, and to heal you, man. But you guys don't want to hear it, man. You know, the Lord has shut y'all eyes, man, and closed up y'all ears. That's why you guys remain in the congregation of the dead, man.
That's right.
Walking around like fucking zombies, man. Don't know what to do with yourselves, man. You know, the household is destroyed. You destroyed. The man is destroyed. The kids are destroyed. And then their kids will be destroyed.
Yeah.
It's a continual cycle, man.
Generational oppression.
Yeah, generational oppression, man. But here it is. We're here to tell you, hey, you have a comforter who can comfort you in your oppression, man.
They can break the curse.
Yeah, break the curse, man.
Like you had that movie back in the day. I'm pretty sure a few of you brothers remember the movie Hoes. Was that boy, he always caught demons, man. Everywhere he went, it was always demons following him, because he had suffered a generational curse. Stanley Yelnats. And, yeah, Shia LaBeouf. But the whole thing was to do what? Break that curse. You know, he had spirits on him. He was bewitched, and he was under a divine curse. But that curse eventually got broken at the end of the movie. We're under that same curse, man. That's why these movies that be showing things pertaining to curses, pertaining to ill will befalling you, you know, they get that stuff out of the scriptures, man.
Right.
And we know those things to be true. But it's not just an individuality. It's a whole nation that's cursed, man. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
And you confusion of faces.
Yeah, and you confusion of faces.
You know, you should be tired of it, man. You people should be vexed, man. Real talk, you people should hate your lives living in this place, man. You know? You guys should want to give this place up, man, and do something better for yourselves. But you don't want it, man. You want to go to the corner store, buy your backwood switcher and put it in your back pocket and go out and do some nigga shit, man.
Or be an
This office
Instagram
all
couple.
hell. Yeah.
Be the
Office
man
all
on
hell,
Instagram.
man. You know? You get on Sirach 5, it ain't real. Oh, you got it.
Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh Shemiah Shah and put not off from day to day.
You know, make no tarrying, man. You know, you people are just lingering around, man. Here it is, plain in sight. You know, blood moons are showing up, rivers turning into red. You know, you guys are seeing chariots, rumors of wars. You guys can feel the tension in the air, earthquakes in diverse places. Like, what the hell? Why you guys are tarrying, man? What your little wig gonna do in that day, man? You know? What that big booty bitch gonna do in that day for you? But cause more hair on you. Probably eat you, you know? What are all these things gonna do for you in that day, man? You get you go to Jones and go about the world. Yeah, exactly.
Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh Shemiah Shah and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
And thy security thou shalt be destroyed, man. You know? You guys are, I'm looking around, you guys seem pretty secure to me. You know? You guys are comfortable as hell, man. Oh, I got it. You know, I got old girl right here, old girl back there. You know, she come with me at night, leave her husband. It's just all off, man. Or we pushing weight across the states. I got gang. All this shit, it's just nigga activity, man. That's why the scripture says you guys are wild grapes, man. That's why the Lord call y'all wild grapes. Because you guys just do wild things, man. Everything you do is as simple as all hell. And it's not gonna get you salvation. Only thing that's gonna get you is a missile across your head, man. You know?
Yeah, if I could say it, like you were saying, people was comfortable. They get raised like sacrifice, man. That's classic thing to do the business, man. That's why you see people, they all beast, they all doped up. They have in their mind that everything is good, they being prepared for what's going down. The ultimate finale of America, the stronger nuclear missile, but people don't take that into consideration. They don't look up news articles and see that this thing is coming and it's filtering the scripture.
Yep. You know, it's so easy, man. You people could easily just start right here, get out your cars and stand right here if y'all wanted to listen to what's about to happen. But you guys don't even want to do that, man. Like I said, the Lord put a spirit of deep slumber on you people, man.
Strong delusions.
Yep, strong delusions. You know, you guys are just in fairy tale and la la land, man. As long as y'all got a drink and a chocolate chip cookie and a video game stick, you guys are just cool, man.
Man bliss.
Yes, man.
Chocolate chip
And it's
cookies.
just the truth, man. It's the truth. You guys don't want to go through that bitterness, man. You know? You guys just want sweet things. And this place is not even sweet.
Because I mean,
There's nothing sweet about this place. It stinks. You know, everywhere you look, your people are destroyed, man. You know, and you get tired of it, to be honest. You have an urge to want to help Jake here and there, but they got so much demons on them. The hell with them, you know.
This is 1 John 2, verse 15. Love not the world, Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Yeah, there's a reason why he said love not the world, man. These are the things that are in the world. And what's in the world? Look all around you, man. You know? It's sluts everywhere you look, honestly, you know? Destroy Israelite men everywhere you go. You know, love not the world. Neither the things that are in the world, man. All these different technology things you can do. It's all a big distraction, man. Because Esau ultimately want to keep you people asleep. That's his ultimate plan, and to control you people. You know? That's that perpetual hate he has for us, man. That's why the Lord, he want to come back and save you. But you guys don't want to accept it, so he's going to get rid of it. 2/3 of you people going to get cut off, man. And it's just the truth. You going to continue about the shot?
All right, good. This is 1 John 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father.
It's not of the Father, man. What you think you like is not of the Father, man. What you see, oh, she look beautiful. Oh, but she got a husband. I want to do this to her. No, man, it's not of the Father, man. You know?
And the Lord is looking from an aerial plane, man. He's the ultimate power. He don't give a hell about vehicles.
Exactly.
You know, what kind of nice car you drive, that don't make your spirit divine. He know all these different things, whether women, monetary possessions, vehicles, like I said, all of these are just for the service of man. He doesn't regard you and he doesn't respect the status of you because you got big rims and you in a 2019 Benz, man. It's always it's about his word and the breath that he blew out for man to comply with, for them to follow that, man. And if you divide that, if you go astray from that, that's when he has a beef and a controversy. Somebody get a Hosea 4:1. You keep going.
Come. I'm going to tell you one. But it's of the world, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof.
Yes, man, the world's going to pass away, man. With nuclear thermal destruction, man. And when Yahweh shall come back with his legions of angels, man. You know? Everything that you put your trust into, all this this delusions, man, you know, that you guys put yourself into, it's just gonna pass away, you know? In a heartbeat, man, the twinkling of an eye, man. The scripture says he's gonna come back like a thief in the night. He's gonna come back to steal your joy away, to steal your mirth and your folly away, you know? And he's gonna make his name known, man. And you guys will tremble in that day, man. And that day, it says what? It's gonna be gloomy, dark, you know? It's not about to be all sunshine and hold hands and we all in this together type shit, man. That's not what it's all about, man. He's about to come back and let you people know what's up, man. That he's here to take back what was his, man. What was once his, and it's always gonna be his, man. He's gonna avenge his elect, and we're gonna finally rejoice, man. You know, we're gonna finally be happy.
Can I read this before that Hosea real quick? This is Isaiah 2:12. And it says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
Yeah, he shall be brought low, man. You know? So the ones that was all the way up here, is finally gonna be down here, man. All you pride and arrogant people, man. Because the Lord hates pride too. You know? All you people, all you big wheel rim niggas, you know, thinking you know it all.
In the club every night,
man.
niggas.
You know?
And it don't take much for Jake to get lofty, man.
Yeah.
Jake being it's a nigga that's going into his senior year of high school because 2 hoes is on his dick. He the man of the city.
Yeah, nigga make $12 an hour.
And niggas can't tell him shit.
They can't tell him a goddamn thing.
That's why the Lord said one of the main things he hated a man that's poor and proud. It's a rock. You got it.
Man, you know? And the low is gonna be exalted. Who is the low, man? Who's the humble? Who's the meek, man? The hopeful elect, man. You know? Rags to riches. We're gonna be rags to riches, man. We're gonna get a crown on our heads. We're gonna obtain the promises that he had for us. And we're gonna be looking down on y'all, man, while you guys are in everlasting shame, man. Because who was always here to tell you, man? This is love, man. Us telling you what's about to happen, us telling you to come back and repent is love, man. So you have no excuses. Oh man, y'all didn't even say no, we told you, man. You know?
Yeah.
Every day.
All this stuff right here start happening, man. They like you mentioned it now.
That's right.
Like, Ezekiel 33, then should they know that a prophet been among you.
Yep.
And all these legislations coming to act in full enactment, and you got a guy like this at your door at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Jake, it's too late for Jake. Jake be fucking around and bullshit. But hey, man, when you get into these FEMA regions, man, you don't really consider what's going on.
Yeah.
Too late, buddy boy.
What the scripture said, mighty man shall cry there bitterly. You guys gonna be rocking back and forth with your thumb in your mouth. Wishing, man. Begging, man. That's gonna be an awful thing, man. When the Lord visit you and he ain't gonna help you. He's there to destroy you. You know?
It's Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass,
It's all good.
and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
When these things come to pass, lo, it will come that a prophet has been amongst you. You people gonna know, man. You know? While we're laughing at everybody calamity, brothers healing, doing miracles, other brothers are hunting, rescuing other brothers out FEMA camps, things of that nature, then y'all gonna know, man.
Doing it wild.
We was here the whole time preaching unto you people, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. To come back, to hearken, to listen, you know,
Jake is
to
through.
wake up, to let you know that things about to come. But you guys just ain't gonna get it.
This is 2nd Esdras 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
And that lets you know that the Lord is in control, man. You know? The Lord is always in control. He's always letting you know what's about to happen, man. Before it actually happens. And the Lord hates wickedness. This is a sinful kingdom, man. You know? And this kingdom will fall, whether you believe it or not.
That's right.
You know?
If you really want to be technical, this kingdom already failed. Nothing more than the ancient. It's nothing more than ancient kingdoms amalgamated into one major kingdom and resurrected. That's why it says that deadly wound was healed. So it already had its fall multiple times, but now it's reliving itself, and the prophets are back again. Everything is reincarnated, even cities, even towns, man. That's why you have a lot of these constructs. They have the architecture of ancient Rome. You have these different cities that's built in congruent likeness, so to speak, like ancient Egypt and things of that nature. You know, these are nothing but ancient empires all over again. It just has to manifest before our eyes to fall into place, man. But see, Jake doesn't see the vision far off. Jake can't see this kingdom falling because right now, like you said, you know, Jake can get the biggest of rims, 20s, 22s. They can go to car and bike shows, all these different events. They can party. They can hit the metropolises and show their ass with their FRNs. But they don't know at the end of the day this place is going to topple over, man.
If I can say too, if a nigga had common sense, he'll look at all the empires that was before America. All of them.
Empire.
So what made him think America is exempt from that?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking common sense.
Empire.
Common sense.
You know, so the homosexuality is back. Everything is just back, man. And the main headquarters is that great whore, man. You know, AKA America, man. You know. So what really makes you think that this place ain't gonna fall, man? Think about it, man.
Doing the same thing.
You people are doing the exact same things, man.
So Sodom and Gomorrah was set as an example.
Yep. As the days of Noah, man. Folly. And here it is, you know, through the spirit. No one else can come into GMS. Through the spirit, a lot of simping is doing. You guys still not getting it, man. We're here telling you. You know, we're here warning you.
That's a sign to the nations.
Yeah, man.
The GMS doors are closed.
This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Kind. He said he's gonna
already
pay
got
you
time
back,
to
man. Reap what you sow.
I just need a little bit.
You know? You didn't listen. You was prideful. You was arrogant. You men and you Israelite woman was with that forward mouth, all that talk, that big boy talk. You guys are being carnal. Well, guess what? Can you read it, Barbershop?
Yeah, come. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Now you're gonna get punished. Through what? Death, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, man. But you guys have no reverence to the Lord, man. You know? Here it is, you guys are in a society, but not even thinking about the Lord. You know? You guys don't give no type of thank. You guys don't say thank you, Salakia, for what I've done. Nothing, man. You know?
Consider.
They
You
adopted,
guys don't consider, man.
adopted the ways of the heathen.
Uh-huh. You guys just waking up, all right, I'm that nigga.
I created myself.
YOLO.
What?
Hey,
What?
hey, I mean, I got the bitches, man. I got all that. Nobody cares, man.
I got all the followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Niggas can't tell me shit.
all materialistic and shit.
Vain.
Got a little shit.
Yeah.
Just wanna make sure I
Say the
like it.
love of many shall wax cold. So if they acting cold towards you, how do you think they're acting towards the Lord?
Are they cold towards themselves? You know? I got a quick precept for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the thing. Hey, the scriptures say resist the devil and he shall flee, man. That's why I was like, let me just keep moving.
Damn Bible script, you got the hell
Yeah, it's like, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. It says, for he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of elements. Verse 18, the beginning, the ending, and the midst of times, the alteration of the turning of the sun and the changes of the season. And that's part of the what the Spirit has given us. We have the full story. We can tell you how the world was created and what the Lord was has blessed us to know through Genesis 1 and 1. All right, we can't tell you how it happened, but we know what happened.
Yeah.
You know, we can tell you about the Egypt, Babylonian, Assyrian, Persian, Greco-Roman, all the way up until right now. We know the end, and we know the end is this thing is destruction. So like how you said, like these people don't consider because they just see this story as these people really believe life started when they ass came out the womb, man.
Yeah, they were literally born yesterday.
They were literally born yesterday, right? And they don't even realize their ass has been on this earth before.
Just simple as all hell, man. they believe our asses come from monkeys and shit.
Nipsey Hussle is Selassie, but your ass ain't been on the earth before. Only him.
Right. This is
That's a good point.
Selassie.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
nigga, who the hell is you?
We can finish that barbershop.
That nigga that don't listen.
That nigga was trying to stir some shit up and got booted down the street.
This second Esdras 15, verse 4. This second Esdras 15, verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. Reap what you sow, you know? You wasn't faithful on this side. You wasn't coming out listening. You wasn't preaching his true doctrine, his true name, which is Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah, you know? So guess what? You shall die in your unfaithfulness, man. So live it up right now. Don't come crawling back to us. Oh, Lord, Lord, oh. No, man. You're gonna get a big ass boot in your forehead, man. The hell with you, you know? Because you had your time to come back and repent. You had your time to come listen. You had your time to make yourself right for the Lord. Keep washing yourself. Get your mind cleansed, man. Have a pure heart to walk uprightly, man. You know, in the spirit. You had the time to do all these things, man. But no, man, you wanted to be out here and give all your love and trust to this filthy ass world, man. You know?
That's a prime example. Prime example.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that bitch get hit by a car.
Yeah. Fucking plane come.
This, you know,
Oh, those are on that?
We're gonna go to 5.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
This second Ezra 15 verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And that's what you're seeing, man. Whether you want to keep walking and act like you don't see it, act like you don't know it, that's clearly what's happening, man. Even with yourself and throughout your family, man. Famine, plagues, destruction, all across the world. But you guys want to scoff at us. Oh, you liars, oh, Jesus Christ, oh, he loves everyone. That's all lies, man. That's why he's continuing to send down these plagues, man. Because really, the Lord is a man of war, man. It's a spiritual war out here. He's taking you people out, too. He loves a good little fight, man. He's taking you people out. To let you know who's the true power, man. There's no power in your... there's no power in your guns. There's no power in that. And all these other technology things y'all got across the world. The only power and true power is our power, man. The Holy One of Israel, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And then,
this is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with a fervent heat, man. That don't sound too good, man. He's not about to come back and give you a rose, a sunflower, lollipops. No, man. He's gonna come back to burn this filthy place up, man.
That's what you do with trash, right?
That's what you do with trash, man. You know?
You burn it.
All this place is filled with abominations, man.
Compacted.
It's filthy.
Compacted.
You know?
Burn it up, right?
It's too diverse. It's this confusion, man.
Gather in one place.
The jobs are confusing as all hell. You know, people are confusing as all hell. You know? Telling your little daughter and your sons who you want to be, a boy or a girl. That's all. That's confusion.
That ain't who you want to be, nigga.
Well, shit, if you tell them, they want to make it against the law to make that that you can't. Who are you to determine that in your child?
That's all. See, we need to get the hell up out of here, man. That's why I said earlier. Why the hell would you put your trust in this place, man? It's just waxing worse and worse and worse, man.
That's right.
It's like every day is some bullshit, man.
On the hour.
Exactly, man.
That's right.
Brothers working 13-hour shifts, 15-hour shifts, all day, all night, graveyard shifts. It's like, man, what the fuck, man? You know? What's wrong with you people?
Everything.
Come
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burned up.
Yeah, man, shall be burned up, man. Not reserved, not kept and put into another place. It says shall be burned up. You know? Everything that you trusted, man, everything that you believed in this society is going to be burnt up. Just like we read before, or what? 1 John, man, it shall pass away. You know? The kingdom of heaven is going to be translated to another people, man. You know? That's when all the real fun is going to begin. All the glorious powers is going to begin, you know? Being under Yahweh Shah. You know, watching you people just whoop y'all ass into slavery, man. Getting on you just like y'all did to us, man. That's going to be the Yapa aspect. You know? Not these fucking vehicles and... Man, come on, man. You guys got to wake up. You guys don't want to sacrifice for your Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but in that day, you guys going to beg for salvation, man. What kind of stuff is that? You know? Like I said before, you had all this time, man, to sacrifice, to come out, to preach, to hearken, to believe, to get your faith boosted, man, to fast, you know, to do the Day of Atonement, all these feasts, man. You had all these things. But you guys was tarrying, man. Day by day, man. Lingering. You know the truth, but you decide to go bullshit. You know? But guess what? He gonna show you in that day, man. That's why you gotta come back and repent. Come on, bro.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 9. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smitteth.
Come on, can you repeat that one more time loud and clear?
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 9. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smitteth.
Exactly, man. He said he ain't gonna spare, man. He is not gonna have no pity, man. Here it is. You knew you were Israelite. You knew of the truth, but you decided to go back into the world, man. You decided to get filthy. You know? Here it is. You had a chance to get pure, man. Pure of heart. Keep the mysteries. Keep your treasures in your heart. Things of that nature. But you decided to stay filthy, man. With your spotted garment. You know? Your spiritual spotted garment.
If I can add too,
Scott.
it said recompense, and the word recompense is a compound word. Re meaning back, and compense means to compensate. So the Lord's gonna come back and repay you for all the bullshit that you've been doing in the midst of this grace period, man. That's all.
Was that Galatians?
12.
Was that Galatians? Was that Galatians 6 and 7? You reap what you sow.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
So if you sow wicked seeds all your life, what the hell do you think you're gonna come? A righteous fruit?
Right. You plant an orange tree, you're gonna get a. I mean, you can plant an orange seed, you're gonna get an orange tree.
Every
come
time.
out a goddamn peach tree. You know, it's common sense, man. But you got it, bro.
This is Luke 12, verse 43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And we know that the elect is going to be doing what they're supposed to do in that time. 51 to 44. Of a truth, I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he had. I'm going to continue on 45. And if that servant say in his heart, and heart, goes into your mind, which is live in the Hebrew. I'm going to continue on. My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, and you continue, to be in the world out here, being caught up in the folly, doing what you want to do, not doing what's commanded you from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. I'm going to continue on and see what's going to happen to you. Verse 46, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and we know that the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. I'm going to continue on. And at an hour when he is not aware, because you weren't looking for him, and will cut him in asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So you ain't gonna get delivered. Okay? So that's why it's important to be seeking the Lord early, seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Okay?
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
A living sacrifice, man. Sacrifice all this bullshit and come back, man. Sacrifice it all, man, because he did it for you. If it wasn't for the Lord, then we would be through, man.
Present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Yes, service, man. Serve, man. Keep your hand on the plow and keep tilling, man. Keep working. Keep grinding, man. Because time is almost up, man. Wake up out of sleep, man. The day of the Lord is approaching us, man. Like this. So get it while the getting is good, man. Continue, Babak Shah. Oh, yeah, hold it.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world, man. Stop bullshitting, man. Stop bullshitting. Come back, man, and stay focused, man. Mission ready. You know, pick up your spiritual shield, put on your spiritual armor, and come to serve and fight, man. We almost up out of here, man. So why the hell are you bullshitting? You know?
And be not conformed to this world, but ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah,
That
transform, man. You know? And that transforming goes into molding, man. When you come back, he's molding you. You're being transformed every day, which goes into renewing of your mind, man. You know? You changing. That's why these demons are coming after you when you're in the truth, man. That's why people look at you different, man. Because the Lord is transforming you, because he want to use you. But you've been out here bullshitting, man. Continue to walk the shot.
by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Yeah, we all know the will of the Most High to do these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, to the best of your ability, and have faith, man, and believe in them, man. It all comes together, man. But with that, let me step down.
I'm gonna just continue with the sacrifice. You can give me Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. Give me 1 Timothy 6 and 12. Basically, just continuing that good fight. You know, the elders once spoke about, man, how hard are you gonna fight to stay in this thing? You know, the brother mentioned, man, we almost to the end. We almost at the end of this thing, man. You can see what's going on with the prophecy update. You know, the fruit coming in, us praying for righteous laborers. You know, this thing is increasing. You know, and it's almost time to put forth our faith. Okay, you got that Matthew 16 and 25. Just to touch on sacrifice, man.
This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. For whatsoever will save his life, verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Exactly, man. That's what we're doing right now, man. We're saving our life right now. You know, doing this work, this reasonable service, as the brother just touched on, right now, man. Okay, we're forsaking our life, man. Just think about it in this way, man. You coming out every Saturday. You know, you spending every Saturday, man, teaching the gospel, man, according to the scriptures. You know, you can easily be hanging out with some chick, family member vacations on the weekends, but every Saturday, man, you put forth that reasonable service, man. You know, you risking it. You're risking your job. You know, you're risking time, man. You know, but it's all gonna be worth it at the end of the day. Okay, you continue on it.
Verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Exactly, you gain the whole world, but you don't have no faith. You don't have no substance, nothing about yourself. You know, you're not an ambassador for Yahweh Shem Shah, because this world is gonna perish, man. The only thing that matters is this truth. Okay, that's what we gotta get across our head. We gotta tell ourselves, even though we in the faith, we still gotta tell ourselves. That's why it's blessed is he that readeth. You know, study yourself to prove. These are all faith boosters, man. You continue on.
What shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works.
And he shall reward you according to your works, man. You know, it's gonna all be worth it. You gotta tell yourself that, remain in that rejoicing spirit. It's gonna be worth it at the end of the day. You know, your work did not happen in vain. You can Hebrews.
This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 9. It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation.
Right.
Though we thus speak.
You can continue on. But the things we speak, man, are gonna come with deliverance. That's what it's all about, man. That's the end goal of this thing, us being delivered out of this captivity. This is a hellhole, whether you believe it or not, whether you're comfortable or not, man. You're doing 40 plus hours. This is not how we should be. We the chosen people of the scriptures for a reason. We're not supposed to be in this position. We said that they just disregard it, man. You know, we're chosen for a reason, bro. Reward is gonna come. You know, this is the point right here.
This is verse 10. For power is not unrighteous to forget. For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love.
Come on, man. It's like, if you truly love this thing, you're gonna do it. You know, somebody not you can't hold somebody's hand in this truth. You know, you can push them, you can put a little fire to that ass, but you know you can do it, man. You're gonna do it on your own will because what? You love this thing, and he's not gonna forget that you love Yahweh Shemel Shah. You chose Yahweh Shemel Shah instead of this world, instead of these weak ass weekends, man. You know, you chose the brothers, you chose the sheep that you feeding. You never know who coming across your videos. You know, you never know who you're uplifting in the spirit. Don't underestimate yourself in this truth. You know, you continue on it, some more meat on there.
It's going over. It says, for Yahweh Shemi Shah is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints, and do minister.
We doing this service to who, man? For the Israelites, for the blacks, Mexicans, and Americans. We're ministering to the saints, the righteous ones, who are meek for repentance, coming in that lowly and humble spirit, you know? Because the pride and arrogance, he resists the proud, man. He doesn't deal with the proud. You get that First Timothy, is that all on that?
Yes.
The First Timothy 5 and 3. Yeah, that First Timothy. Okay, you continue. Yeah,
Verse 28, verily I say unto you, there be standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Some not gonna see the taste death. That's the glory of being the elect, man. You know, that's what it's all about. You say that somebody right now, because they're not spiritual, they don't have the wisdom not to understand it according to the scriptures, so they can't even fathom in their mind. Oh, death. You know, I done said that to some people just to see their reaction. They ain't even give a damn, man. I told her, I was like, hey, I don't think I'm gonna die. You know, and you know, Lord willing, you know, just to see what their reaction was, man, they ain't give a damn, bro.
They'll tell you everybody gonna die.
Yeah.
That's one thing guaranteed. I'm gonna stay black and I'm gonna die.
And then, or they like to say, to rebuttal your, when we bringing up prophecy, they'll say, oh, that's not gonna happen in my lifetime. It is gonna happen in this lifetime, man. We discerning the time. You know, we see what's going on. You know?
I got a quick one for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 13. And it says, for Yahweh Shemi Shah made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they may have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortality.
And that's what we find to get that immortal bodies. You know, it's not going to be any more death for us, man. We're fighting to get that eternal life. You know, living forever. That's a real kingdom. Esau kingdom, man. Esau got to put in his own 50 plus hours in his own kingdom, man. That's a weak rulership, man. That's weak. You know.
Well, like, through the spirit, like how you said, the scripture saying was that Matthew the 10th chapter. He told the disciples to go what? Around and heal the lepers, heal the sick, raise the dead. Well, when you wake up to this truth, you spiritually were risen from the dead.
Yep.
So this is a form of immortality as we speak right now. Because we all got charges on us that we should be dead about.
And since he said that, give me John 15 and 16. This what we here to do, push the work, bring forth fruit. You know, he got
this. John chapter 15 and verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
We didn't choose him. He chose us, man. Just like the brother mentioned, man. He controls everything. You know, but when you come in that meek spirit, you allow your master to use you. You know, continue on it.
And ordain you that ye shall go and bring forth fruit.
Right. You was predestined to bring forth fruit. You know, it was already mentioned beforehand for you to bring forth fruit and for you to do this service. We just didn't know because we was in that deaf spirit. We was spiritually dead. You know, we didn't know shit. You know, but what keeps us humble now, we still don't know what we ought to know. As it says in Galatians chapter 6 verse 3. You know, you keep going on.
And that your fruit shall remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you.
Come, man, we're in this thing for bring forth fruit, man. Pray for those righteous laborers. This thing is going to grow. You know, that mass abundant that's spoken about in Acts chapter 2, the fruit is coming, man. It's going to increase. We got to be ready to be examples for the fruit. You know. Go ahead.
These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Man. It's just a cycle, man. This world hated Yahweh Shemel Shah. Paul's getting stoned. You know, you're not supposed to be loved. But you take whatever you're going through, take it cheerfully. That's spoken about with Sirach chapter 2. You know? Yeah, First Timothy 5. 6 and 12. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
What was it?
1 Timothy 6 and 12.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 12. Fight the good fight of faith.
That's right.
Lay hold on eternal life.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what
Eternal life.
That's what keeps us pushing, man. That tunnel vision. Man, damn, whatever you're going through, bro, it's temporary. Give me Romans 8 and 18. Whatever you're going through is temporary, man. You just smile like on Birth of a Nation. Shit, loud as hell. He cool as hell, but on Birth of a Nation, when he was getting whipped on the back, he was smiling. You know, that's how we should be, man. Just taking it cheerfully. Because we know the end of this thing, bro. You know, this shit is temporary. We just keep telling ourselves that, keep pushing, keep obeying the order, keep fighting the good fight of faith. Because it is a fight. It's not easy. It's not going to get easier, but you're going to get stronger at the end of the day.
Whereunto thou art also called and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Exactly. That's you been doing that reasonable service before many witnesses. The world's going to witness you, man. But what about coming out here on the highways and byways? They're going to witness your works. That a prophet had been among you. You was warning the people in all truth and sincerity. Okay?
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
The glory is going to be revealed in us. You know, it being revealed in us, it's being revealed to Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because we give all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay, that's what it's all about. Nothing can compare to eternal life. You know? So what, you going to like a fool, weak as hell, complaining about whatever you're going through. You know, it's okay to reminisce on it for a little bit, reflect on it, consider it a little bit, but don't let it destroy your spirit, you know?
If I can say too, bro, because this fight that we're fighting is way more than a carnal thing, man. We're fighting spirits and wickedness in high places, man. You know, it's not all about the carnal sense. This is a spiritual fight as well. I got to put something. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too, man. Outside of all this carnal bullshit, you know, and the fleshly things that we go to, we got to keep in mind that we have a bigger task at hand, all right? And that's to come out and preach the gospel, wake up the elect, all right, and tear down these strongholds, man, that Esau has put up that has our people totally destroyed. You know, that's a whole bigger fight on another level. It may seem like we're not making any progress because we don't have people lined up down the streets. You know, we don't have a major following, so to speak, but we're fighting spiritual things, man, wickedness in high places. We come out and we cuss out the so-called white man, but they just peons, man. It's people behind the scenes that we're getting at, man, the people that run this society, man. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, those people, man. We're not worried about you everyday peons that's working the same job like this guy, that's working the same jobs that we are, you know.
Eating the same food as us.
Same shit, going through the same hell that we going through in the flesh that we complain about. Esau going through the same shit.
Two-time losers, man.
Exactly.
It's like you were saying, it made me think about that ending on Mortal Kombat 11 with Jax.
Oh yeah.
And you know how Jax had, the character said, when he got the power to change time, he was like, man, I might lose my daughter, you know, I might lose this or that, but it's bigger than me. What kind of man would I be if I didn't take this opportunity? Yep. So he took the opportunity if it meant losing his own family, his things that he held near and dear to him for his whole nation, you know? And that's the same thing with us, like you said.
Exactly. Just on the righteous side, man. That's what it's all about. Because you're going to lose it, you know?
Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness, man. Dealing with the flesh, man, your doubts in your mind, those are high places, bro.
Hell yeah.
You you know, that's gonna come upon you, but you gotta quickly rebuke it, have that spiritual maintenance, have spiritual strategies that you usually go for, and got different that you attack in different ways, you know, because we gotta work to finish. As we spoken about, you got something.
You could go insane with your mind, man. You know, you have certain individuals in prison, they'll be locked up in solitary confinement, and they'll be stuck in their brain, and what happens? They start to entertain thoughts, and next thing you know, they damn near bugged out of their mind.
That Jake and Rikers Island. Jay-Z did that documentary on him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the young.
Khalif,
Khalif Browder.
Khalif, yeah.
Khalif Browder.
He was innocent, and he
Yep.
and they threw him in solitary confinement, and he killed himself.
Yeah, and he came out and committed suicide.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 15.
I got a precept too. All right, First Timothy 1 and 18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck.
But that's what it's all about, man. Faith. Without the faith, man, you're gonna be shit. You know, without faith, faith is gonna get us past these times we about to hit. You know, even getting us past right now. But without faith, man, what's the Proverbs? Without no vision, they shall perish.
Oh yeah.
People without a vision.
People without a vision shall perish. Come on, you get that time for
This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 34. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, of me is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not ye, there are yet 4 months. And then,
but it's all about finish his work. You know, this thing is bigger than us. You know, it's about the church, it's about Yahweh, about Shem Shai.
It's about the world.
About the world, man. You know, the nation.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's what it says. The creature groaneth, and it says when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, man.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's bigger than your common hell that you're going through, you know, in your own little world, man. You know, we all catch hell, and we all know how suffering feels. You know, brothers suffering from different ailments, sicknesses, bodily ailments, and things of that nature, financial straits. But we pushing on, man.
Right.
We still manage to assimilate through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai and get this word out, man. Because what? We know that this word is higher than us. We know this word has to be put forth as the beacon of light before it physically manifests. And it takes sacrifice. It takes dedication.
Yeah, so the word is higher than his name.
That's right.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25.
That's crazy. That's heavy, man.
I'm going to start at 24. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24. Let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to do and to good works.
Because if we're gonna get through this thing with each other, bro, that's why it says love each other. One of the 2 greatest commandments. The love is gonna get you through this thing. You know, continue on that.
Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Come on, so the time's getting serious, more serious and serious, man. The brother previous brought about the sifting season. You know, the Lord is tight. It's a tight rope right now. You know, you got to go through that straight gate, that position of difficulty. That's where you truly see your faith, where your faith truly lies, man. When the going gets tough, you know, the clutch moments. You know what I'm saying? There's more on that.
Yeah, you'll know a real basketball player when it's time to clutch, man. That's why they're known as clutch players. When it's damn near a buzzer beater, and they got double the pressure on them. They getting double team, triple team, and they still manage to knock off the shot from an angle. You know.
Damian Lillard when he hit that shot over Paul George.
Yeah. He had to have faith to take the shot.
He had to have faith.
To even take the shot, man.
Confidence. Which that word confidence, con is with, and fidence goes into, I think, like fidere, which is faith. With faith, your confidence is the essence of faith, man. You got to have confidence in this truth, man. Even though we getting our asses whooped, you might have $17 in your checking account, or in your,
On a good day.
or you might be in the negatives. You still gotta have faith. You still gotta walk with that level of stout, so to speak, that level of a pump, so to speak.
'Cause you
Even
got
though
the
it's pump is known as pride, but hey, what does it tell you in Jeremiah? You gotta have pride in the Maker, man. You know something, and you have the light of Yahweh Shema Shah, not to carry yourself arrogantly, but it's to carry yourself uprightly, man.
It's a balance.
That foolish pride.
Get it Philippians 1 and 25.
Unhealthy pride.
Since the elder spoke about confidence.
This is Philippians 1 and verse 25. And having this confidence, I know that I shall abide
Spirit
and continue with you all for your furtherance and joy of faith.
Come on, he's gonna once you got that confidence in Yahweh Shema Shah, he's gonna continue with you. You know, through your walk. It's all about the confidence. Do you have confidence in him? Then do you have confidence in yourself?
That's why he said in Philippians 4 and 13, I can do all things in Yahweh Shai.
Exactly. That's it, man.
That's a confident statement.
That's
right there.
exactly. It's a faith booster. You know. You got
One of the Christians' favorite scriptures.
Don't know what it means.
They ain't got a lick of faith.
This is Acts 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah.
So yeah, just reading that scripture alone, it's gonna take faith to get you through that hell. You know, whatever hell that is, man, carnal and spiritual. You know. Go ahead, you can get it again.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Yeah, because confirming the souls, man. Because the elect are gonna have the faith regardless, man. The elect are not gonna lose faith. You know. You got it.
It's Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right, man. That's why we're the blessed ones right now. We believe without seeing the works of Yahweh Shema Shah. He didn't have to, he didn't have to send a chariot, and burn up, millions of people for us to believe. We believe truly through these scriptures, man. These scriptures comfort us.
Hey, he did that already, and Jake still stopped believing, man.
Right.
Exactly.
So why does he have to keep reiterating this spirit to a hard-headed and stiff-necked nation? The ones that, what he said, my sheep hear my voice.
Yep.
And he said, I'm no longer going to give Jake a sign. He ain't going to have no what they call spectacular events hovering in the heavens, blowing up buildings, so to speak, in these times right now. Of course, we know it to happen in latter times, but that's not going to be the instrument that he's going to use
To wake
up Jake, man. It's the divine spirit. It's the word that comforts one another.
If I can say too, majority of the people, that's what they lack, man, faith. They can have all of everything, that they can think of, but when it comes to faith, it's very little. Because people like to have tangible things that they can actually see, touch, and feel in order for them to believe in it. And that's the crazy part.
And you can't. Doubting Thomas. Yep. And that word, it's actually a scripture that says that's not faith, what you see. Oh, you just read that in Hebrews 11 and 1. Yep. So these people that believe in their car, they got faith in their car, that's not even an instrument you should have faith in. Really, your faith is defined by what you don't see.
Exactly.
You see?
Yeah. What about if you speak about relationships, a faithful relationship? It's not faithful when we in the house around each other all the time. It's faithful when I have faith in you that when you go out and about amongst these people, that you ain't gonna fuck off.
Right.
That's what a faith is.
Just got to put it out there straight like that. That's what faith is.
Yeah, go long distance, see how long that shit lasts.
Yeah.
Right.
Test the
That's
time.
real talk, man. Shit, I tried it.
I got the shirt.
First Maccabees, 12:9, yeah.
This is First Maccabees chapter 12, verse 9. Therefore, we also, albeit we need
further than I
none of these things,
strong.
that we have the holy books of scriptures in our hands to comfort us.
Right, we don't need the fanciest cars, the baddest women. We got these scriptures, man. It's sometimes you may be having a bad day, you just be like, damn, at least I got the truth. At least I have the truth.
That's how I get through.
Because if I ain't had the truth, I'd be depressed.
Through.
Over with. dead. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You can read that again one more time.
First Maccabees chapter 12, verse 9. Therefore, we also, albeit we need none of these things, that we have the holy books of scriptures in our hands to comfort us.
Right, man, we don't need nothing, because this thing, what do we say, man? These things are temporary. These things are going to pass away. This world is truly going to pass away, you know? And we can really confidently say, in our generation, you know, this time's getting close, you know, and our spirit is bearing witness with it.
Nearer
Yeah,
than we believe.
All right, come on. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and 35. It says, your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say.
Yeah,
That's
that's
bad,
perfect, priest. That's a bad one. You go ahead.
Yeah, come. Well, hey, this is talking about us. Okay? This talking about the Israelites that were prophesied to come. Now, although we haven't had the miraculous signs that the Lord showed for our people in Egypt, you know, the many judges that fought on our behalf through the many captivities.
Yahweh Shai.
Okay? We didn't have Yahweh Shai on the earth walking with us to perform the miracles and to actually give the gospel to us for us to believe in these last days. But guess what? We believe through what the Lord said. Okay? We didn't see him, you know, with bodily eyes, yet we believe the things that the Lord say, and we remember, okay, that we're to keep the commandments and we're to follow the Lamb, you know. So, like the brother's been saying, it's all about faith, and it's about not taking the things that the Spirit does show you for granted, you know.
Give me Hebrews 11:6. You got something?
Yeah. This is James 1 and 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul.
That's it, man. It's all about saving your soul. And you're not gonna be able to get used by Yahweh Shem Shai. You're not coming in a humble spirit. Humble yourself, study to be quiet, obey order, you know, allow someone to teach you, you know. You got to come in that humble spirit. You're not coming in a humble spirit, you're gonna quickly be sifted out. Even though it may seem like you have the spirit, but you really don't, you know. And that's scary, you know. That's a scary part, man. And it's all Yahweh Shem Shai's control. You know, it's predestination. You get that Hebrews 11:6.
This Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Right, man. Without faith, with the works, it's impossible to please him. Right. You know, that's a strong scripture. That's to show you. Give me Romans 8:24 again. Yeah, continue, you got it.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That's the Most High name right there. Say you have to believe that he is.
Yep.
Yahweh, Yah is he, and that Hawa is or exists. You got to believe that he truly exists, which in his purest essence is the breath of the Most High, that it rests here on earth with particular men, and that you are reading and getting the voice of the Lord, and it's all about walking and fulfilling that, man.
Exactly, because he delivered his secret through the prophets. The prophets spoken about with Amos 3 and 7.
That's right.
You know. Yes, sir?
Continue.
Yeah, continue.
Because verse 7, by faith, Noah being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet. Because in the time of Noah, he was building the ark, they had not seen rain.
Exactly.
But Noah kept the faith that, hey, if the Most High said it was going to rain, and he told me to build this ark, I'm going to continue to build.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on around me, all the folly, the mirth, you know, the joint in marriage that's going on, I'm going to continue in faith and continue to build this ark.
And we building the spiritual house right now, man, as lively stones. You know, we're preparing ourselves right now. The word is not prepared at all, man. You know? And that's how they're going to be looking when that time comes, man. Oh, shit. You know? Can that go by? You know, and we gonna get that order right here. Go ahead. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Just finna turn around and go all the way back.
She probably would have listened, man. Hey, go back up the street.
Go to the crosswalk.
Hey, go across. She would have listened, man. But hey, we were princes on this earth, man. We are Yasha Allah. You know, and we carry ourselves as such, with a balance though, with humility and confidence. You know, that's the recipe, man.
That's right.
I'll continue on. So
Go ahead.
there's a little bit more. Moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Come on, man, you moving with that fear. You a wise man if you fear Yahweh Hashem Shah. You fear what's about to happen. You know, somebody that's prophet don't give a damn about the Most High. Don't even consider his master. You know, you can show them someone taking the RFID chip and having control, and they still don't give a damn.
Oh well, the guy that worked on the chip, on the RFID chip, he said it's the mark of the beast.
He told you.
He said it.
We heard that the horse's mouth. Niggas still don't believe.
Oh, you had
The creator.
You had the individual that tested those missiles. What was the individual name that tested the missiles?
Just recently?
Nah, he said, I have created death.
Oh.
That's in the scriptures. That's Revelation.
That's
the Smith.
Oppenheimer, I think, said that.
No, it was recent. I know you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
So these devils be knowing they lie.
Yeah.
When they get deep into the spirit, when they really tap into their the spirit that's on them, their lot, they see it correlates perfectly. Oh, because they get, the scripture says they search out these words diligently. Yeah. The heart of every one of us deep.
And you know it's the spirit too that created RFID chip, because he was mourning when after he figured out he created an RFID chip. He was like, I read Revelation 13:16, man. The Lord put it on your spirit for you to do that, man. To fulfill His will, man.
It was too late. He was like, oh damn. He went into it, broke the word down and everything.
Exactly.
You know. Hey, and then the scriptures say too.
That's crazy.
The devils. What it say? It says the devils. It says the devils
no.
believe in the word and they know the word and they tremble at the word, because these demons and these physical devils, these Edomites and these heathen nations, the spirit is on them to basically fulfill what the scripture says. The spiritual demons, they're under the hierarchy along with the other angels. So they can only do what's written in the scriptures. So if it's for the adversary to bring about the mark of the beast, then it's going to be on the devils to bring out the mark of it. They can't stop it.
And what it say?
Same with the missiles.
The deceived and the deceiver are his.
That's right.
Because what happened? He created the design of it and basically manufactured it, patented it, and he got it on mass produced, and it was revealed to him in the spirit. That's that veil. Because he was under a level of bewitchment, of course, because he's a devil any goddamn way. But the Lord actually took that spirit and showed him, like, hey, you are that individual. And we seen plenty of accounts in the scriptures where certain men actually knew who their lot was, and even on the left-hand side, Nebuchadnezzar, Alexander the Great, or the Greek, knew he was that leopard. I'm pretty sure a lot of those Roman Caesars, they knew there was the fourth kingdom of Daniel. So the Lord will reveal these things unto the wicked and unto the righteous. Oh, you had that video with that little girl. She was like, "He's coming, he's coming." That's Acts the 2nd chapter. So the Spirit of the Lord is being pushed out upon all flesh, as it is written in Acts 2. You got it, bro.
Can you get 2nd Ezra 6:27? You go ahead with that Romans 8:24.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 24. It says, "For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
That's right.
For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for?"
Exactly. It's like you looking at a tree. I hope that tree's right there. It's right in front of you, dumbass. You know?
That's it right there.
It's physical, man. But yeah, we're gonna go with the 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Just like the elders bring about, man, that the spirit of righteousness is increasing in the earth. Those spiritual vibrations are coming in the earth. The bitter and sweetness, man. Go ahead. 27.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Con. Oh, you started at 25? I love that
This is 2 Ezra 6 and 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation and the end of the world, and end of your world. So
Come on, man, we trying to escape from the RFID chip, World War III, you know, martial law, you know, through the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
verse 26, and the men that are received shall see it, who shall not taste death from their birth.
Hey, some are not going to taste death. That's the beauty of it. Some are not going to taste death. That's the beauty of being the elect. You know, in the 1/3, being up on the chariots. Even, it don't matter if it sounds like a fairy tale. We don't give a damn, man. You know? Go ahead.
Esau don't believe it's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
He-
Right. Exactly. That's why he tried to hide it.
Yeah, these top movie producers, these individuals that make millions of dollars off of your money, you know, where do they get their inspiration from? They read books. See, the common man doesn't read books.
No.
They don't go into books. They don't go into archaeology. They don't really dig. They just click on buttons, all right, for holograms to pop up right in their face. But these individuals that created these holographic films, you know, which are of course in today's time movies. What's that word movie? It goes back to what's that, Rome, with the theaters.
Yeah.
That word theater, when you go into it, it is theos, which is the Most High, pertaining to
Theology.
God. That's where you get the term theologist. Theology. So even these movies, they are a lot of them project events that's soon to come. You watch these movies, you be like, man, we living in them times now.
Right.
Yeah. You watch these post-apocalyptic technology movies, seeing people getting microchipped, or seeing a man merging with machinery. Like, man, they got artificial hearts. They got all these different things in today's
RoboCop
time.
and all
RoboCop
those
and all
movies.
that. Oh, you have who? Barack Obama said that we all got Iron Man.
And the movies will show you that you're the Israelites, man.
And the movies will show you
Planet
that.
of the Apes, he had the nerve to write Jacob on the board.
Yeah.
You know, and Bright, he had Jacob on his on the office had Jacob on his shirt. You know, they just mock you, man, because they know what's going on. You know, and you can tell they believe in these scriptures because they wouldn't even ban the Bible from the school system. They wouldn't try to limit our videos on YouTube. You know, trying to stop us from going live with 1,000 subscribers. Man, Esau, it show you that he believed. You know, he's scared as hell, man. But that shows you that we're doing our job, man, and we're doing it the right way. We don't have to get carnal with Esau. We don't have to put trust in guns. We just keep doing what we're doing right now. Hold fast to the faith. You know, and profess our profession before many witnesses, and we're gonna get our reward, man. Because these words of faith, you know. Yes, continue on that.
It says, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
And that another meaning, okay, that immortal body. You know, you may not, just think about it, you may not taste death. You know, you gotta truly believe that, man. Hey, I may not taste death. You know, you gotta have that mind. Just talk to yourself sometimes, man. Get yourself in a rejoicing spirit when you're down. You know, you keep going.
Verse 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Exactly. And how's the deceit being quenched right now? We're bringing it out, man. Exposing Esau, it's exposing the 2/3 of what they do, man. Deceit is being quenched. No more lies, man. You know, we came into the street like, damn, we've been lied to our whole life. We've been finessed. You know, but all that's gonna come to an end because the spirit of Yahweh on shop.
Verse 28, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Hey, the truth is being declared right now. You know, the truth, the faith is flourishing. You know, just by seeing righteous laborers, you know, people necessarily may not be in the truth, but they know you're doing the right thing, man. Entertaining angels unaware.
Yep. Spirit bear witness.
The spirit's bearing witness. That's it. The water. You know, you had something?
I got something for y'all. This 2 Ezra chapter 7 and 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. And what's that fight? The spiritual fight.
Good
you
fight
know?
of faith.
Right. The good fight of faith. Okay? Fighting yourself mainly. You know,
War of the mind, yeah.
the war of the mind, the war of the spirit. Okay, it says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. So if you let yourself, because our brothers always say, your main enemy is yourself. Like you're your main combatant.
That's right.
You know, right. But if you let your flesh conquer you and you know, drown in your sorrows, then you're gonna suffer the destruction in this society. All right. It says, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. So you have to fight to continue to try to win that crown. You know, and this is why it's always emphasized from the ancient apostles like Paul, Timothy, about fighting a good fight. Okay, war in the spirit, because that crown of life is laid up for the elect. But if you don't try to obtain it, okay, if you don't try to do the necessary trimming, the necessary purging, okay, but also do the necessary diligence, okay, to get to that crown, to get to that prize, okay, then you'll fall. So you got to do what you got to do so you can obtain the victory.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
The precept, 2 Peter 1:10.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Right, man. This thing's gonna take a lot of effort, man. A lot of fight. You know, a lot of sacrifice. You know, you could be the elect, man, but we don't know if we the elect or not. That's why we're making a full assurance, persuading our own minds.
That's right, brother.
So putting forth the work, man, it's gonna count. You shall never fall. And that should comfort your spirit. Like, damn, I keep doing the same routine, doing it in utmost truth and sincerity, being pure and not being lukewarm about it. You know, hey, I would never fall.
Yeah.
You know, that's to bring a smile to your face.
You might get knocked down temporarily, but you always get up.
Exactly.
That's why it's written that the righteous man falleth 7 times, yet getteth up again. So you're gonna have knockdowns, you're gonna have fall back, so to speak. But it's always about gauging. You know, you watch these box movies pertaining to boxers, like Rocky, Creed. Rocky didn't win every fight in his movies, man. But it's not about winning every battle. It's about taking your losses as well as your wins and learning from them. That's where perfection comes from. You know, you took that ass whooping. You've seen, you know, you got to get your dodging better. You know, your evasiveness. You have to be, you know, quick with, you know, you got to let the hands go, so to speak. You know, you got to keep your stamina up. You got to breathe. You got to take proper instruction from the coach that's coaching you in the corner. You see, and some of those men, they deviate from those ways and get impulsive on the battle. And what happens? They get their asses whooped. They get Adrian Broner. They get you know,
A young Creed.
Yeah, young Creed.
It was like what Pop said on Friday. He said, you win some, you lose some, but you live.
To find another day.
You live to fight another day. So that's what you gotta. Hey, that's good advice from a father to his son. You know, you gotta keep. Basically, you get knocked down, keep fighting, keep going.
That's
Okay.
Rebounding, man. Bouncing off the spirit.
A just man falls 7 times, but he gets up again. You know, I got something.
Might hit the pavement hard as hell. You know. But yeah, you go ahead. What's your last?
Okay, come.
You got
Oh yeah. Okay. If they ain't got none, I'll read this and then
you got it.
Okay, come. Yeah, this 2nd Ezra 7. I'll read this last part from where I was at. This is verse 59. It says, "For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation." And this is why the scripture says that we through the fear of the Lord, we persuade men.
Yep.
For what? So you can get your salvation.
Yep.
You know?
And you taking heed to this truth. You chose life, man. You not listening to the truth, not taking heed, man. You have chosen death. You know, predestined is going to manifest itself. You know, and the worst is going to be shown across the whole earth. everybody's gonna bear witness to the glory of Yahweh Shem Shai, as spoken about Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. You know, the strangeness of his salvation. You know, but I'm gonna let another brother burn the spirit.
Go ahead, Bozo.
Yeah. Hey, get 1 Corinthians 9 and 26. But I wanted to keep building on that notion what I spoke on earlier about the fight. You know, this brother brought out beautiful points about the fight that we're actually going through, but it's always about continuing in it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it's about gauging yourself, man. You know, you're gonna lose, you're gonna have setbacks. You might utterly get obliterated in some of your battles, but it's about what? The greater war. You know, you watch these movies pertaining to warfare, and you see individuals may lose certain battles on the battlefield, but it's always about obtaining the greater victory, man. So us brothers in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, we gotta always understand that you're gonna have fuck-ups, so to speak. There's gonna be a lot of mishaps. You're gonna make a lot of stupid young mistakes, so to speak. But it's always about getting up, engaging where you err, and cleaning up your ways to be perfect, as it is written, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is. You got that enough right there?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
Jump up 2 verses. 24.
This is verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize.
Yeah, so when you look at triathlons, you watch certain shows pertaining to racing, you know, those men have to be what? Conditioned before they even step on the line, man. That's why certain brothers have to go through what? Battle tests. They have to go through certain conditions before they actually come into camp. Because what? That's conditioning. That's conditioning. All right, this brother he has a level of endurance. He has a level of integrity. He has a level of consistency. You got some men like who used to be at the old camp. Some men will come once, you don't see them no more, man. They might come 4 months later, ask them to come into camp. Like, where the hell you been, man?
Right.
You don't have the mindset to do this.
Right. But like I was gonna say, too, to add to your point, it was entertainment. You know, it was entertainment. Like it says in Ezekiel 30th chapter, they come to thee as the people cometh, okay, and they hear thy words, but they won't do thy words. So, you know, it's about really fine-tuning on you know, who's really about this truth. You know, guys come, but then they don't come the next week. But then you see them again 2 months later. Nah, I mean, the Lord's not looking for those inconsistencies. He's looking for the diligence.
Hey, if I may say, like you said, conditioning. When I was in high school, my high school coach for basketball, we had a 2-week basketball tryout. It was 2 weeks. And the first week, you know, everybody be like 80 men out there trying out. And you know what he did the first week? He didn't even bring a ball out.
Just run.
He just made us run. The whole week was just running. From Monday to Friday, just run. All kind of, man, he was creative when it came to that running shit, man. Run and do defensive stance. Back. Bro, you just making shit up as we go. But what happened? Get man Thursday, that 80 went down and like, might go down to like 30, 40 people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
You literally see, like you said, you literally see Jake running. They be like, man, fuck this shit. Run straight to the locker room.
Run out of the gym.
And run out of the gym, man.
If I have a testimony about one of my coaches. One of the sayings that stuck with me even to this day is when he was a new coach who came into our high school, and we ended up going deep into the playoffs because of him. He said the dead wood will fall off the tree. Eventually, all that dead bark will fall off the tree to where the tree, you know, it's not necessary for the tree to have anymore.
Right.
That's how it is. Like we
Dead
see
weight.
it, dead weight. Exactly. That's how we see it in nowadays.
By the time they we got to the second week, we was conditioned. We was conditioned to play real basketball. But all those that just want to get out there and show their ass off and all that, they got weaned out quick, man.
Yeah, and you have the story of Gideon, which the brother gonna bring out in the spirit. You have a prime example of men on the battlefield. They had to go through a series of circumstances in order to be battle-proof, man. And it wasn't easy. 7. They had to go through rigorous tasks. Things they had to experience the most uncomfortable moments to train them, first off, their minds as well as their bodies. You see? We're gonna hold that real fast. We're gonna get that.
Yeah, all right. Now this is Judges chapter 7. and 1. It says, then Jerubbaal, who was Gideon, and all the people that were with him rose up early.
That's what right there. Who was Jerubbaal? Who was what's another name for Gideon?
Like, we went into this camp one time.
Yeah. You on?
It says, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands.
And that cuts these IUICs and these other camps that want to
1,000-man camps.
do 1,000-man marches and shit.
Right.
The Lord ain't looking for a bunch of men to bring down. Hey, 144,000 spirits is all the Lord is looking for to just clean the whole world up, man.
7
Billions.
7 billion people.
Right.
Especially the Chinese, man. Chinese, Japanese, a lot of them. You know, these, this is fire, man. I mean, look, all these different nations,
Edomites.
you know, and only 144,000 and 1/3, a couple million taking down billions percent. Once y'all chasing thousands. Keep going.
Moab with all that multitude.
Oh, yeah, most, yeah. Lord say you're going to shrink Moab.
Yep. It says, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me.
Yeah. The Lord doesn't want an individual that believes his power, his physical strength, his prowess that he possesses is the reason why the battle was accomplished, man. That's why the Most High deals with the underdogs. Think about King David. King David was a lad when he went against Goliath. Goliath of Gath was towering over him, man. They say he had I forget the exact texture of the battle armor he had, but it was basically fully fortified. And David still cleaned him up, man.
Chopped his head off.
Chopped his head off. Hit him with that
Slingshot straight to the
slingshot
forehead.
straight to the forehead. Took his sword, chopped their head off, man. Keep going.
This is verse 3. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead.
Yeah, get the hell on. Go back to your wives, go back to your children, go back to your job. You know, if you're scared,
Go
you
to
have
church.
a level of faintness in your spirit because it's gonna get rough. We
scared,
right
go to
here. We
church.
right, what is that, north of Midian.
Come.
And there's some men that might lose their lives. You have certain men, oh boy. Well, I actually did have a couple things I had to do. Yeah, chop down. Keep going.
Come. It says, and their return of the people.
You know what a good movie where you see that on too? 300.
I was just thinking that too.
Those men got the fuck on, man. They got rough. What they say when the going get tough? Tough get cold. Keep going.
I got a precept too.
Right? It says, and their return of the people, 22,000, and there remained 10,000.
22,000 got the hell on. Went back to their wives, went back to their regular jobs.
That was a pathetic walk away.
Yeah, that was pathetic. With their heads down.
Tail tucked between their.
You know,
Tail tucked between their legs. Because what? They weren't natural born warriors.
right.
March of cowards.
They were just in it, just because, for the sake of impressing. You know,
The numbers.
numbers. It's a numbers game with a lot of Jake.
They were just scared.
You see these different camps, like you said, IUIC, ISGBK. A lot of individuals want to join them because they see such a vast following.
It
Man.
makes them feel comfortable.
I see GJC. You watch they pass over, see it damn near.
Be in a stadium.
Man, it'd be
That
like,
might be a stadium, man. I watched one video. I'm like, God damn,
Pass over.
that's a nation in itself.
All white.
That don't make them mineral law. That's the group, so to speak, that you got to avoid, man. Oh, what happened with Comfy? Comfy was was embezzlement, not necessarily embezzlement. It was
It was embezzlement.
embezzlement.
Yeah, embezzlement.
Tax fraud.
Tax fraud, tax
fraud.
evasion, $1 million. He's facing lawsuits from scamming the hell out of the congregation. The bigger the congregation, the more revenue. Keep on.
So it says, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many.
Still too many. 22,000. We still gotta keep chopping. Keep on.
So the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there.
Testing. Because when you deal with trying is another word for like testing.
Trial.
Or trial. Like you'll take gold. We can get that. How gold is tried in the furnace of adversity. Take gold, you actually put it through the furnace at a very high temperature to indicate if it's fool's gold or true gold. And what happens? You go through the smelting process, all the sediments, the impurities get scorched, and you're left with that liquid substance.
It happens multiple times.
And you have
one.
Yeah.
It's not just one smell, it's multiple.
That's right. Like these liquor. You know, Jake will drink liquor, and they might say like triple distilled.
And X's, that's why they used to have the X's on the
Yeah,
bottles.
let you know how many times they
Filter.
The more you distill it, the cleaner it gets.
Yep.
That's why even like distilled water, you ain't supposed to drink that water. Certain waters are distilled so much. What happens? All the minerals start to get extracted out of
Dead water.
It's dead water. Keep going.
So it says, and I will try them for thee there, and it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men.
Yeah. So those men, they had a level of awareness. They were at the water, lapping like a dog, keeping their eyes up in awareness. The other ones had their heads down, basically they had their heads in the water, man.
And it made like a cup.
Like a damn flamingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Head in the water.
And
Head-
just
head
in the
inside
water.
the water. Basically, heads up their asses. Because you're in the midst of battle, man. You gotta have a level of awareness. So you even see certain things like, yeah, this man, he got the mind to deal. This man, nah, he ain't gonna last. You watched that on
Platoon?
Platoon. That was a funny save, man. But it was
He's
it was,
not
it was
gonna
so
make it.
true. He was speaking about a man that was above him. The man came and drunk. Nah, he didn't even want to drink. He asked him, do you want a shot? He's like, nah, I really don't drink. But hey, he seen that already in the spirit that he wasn't right.
Hey, that's
Scripture says, give
ready to die.
Yep.
Yep.
just throw a drink to a man that's
Ready to die.
He's like, nah, I'm good on the drink.
Yep.
He was like, he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. He said, tell you, he ain't gonna make it. He said, I see there's something in the eyes. Later on, he got whacked off.
I got a precept for you after that.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, that's how much. So it says, so he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that bows down upon his knees to drink.
Yeah, you keep those warriors abreast, man. You discard the rest. The other men, they're not qualified to actually war. That's why the Lord, hey, he's sending us through the same test, man. Like this, what we're doing here. We're not getting abundance of views. We're not getting bitches, you know, money. We're not generating revenue from this. You don't see
GMS Live channel.
yeah, GMS Live, and you'll see views in comparison to goddamn Nicki Minaj or Jay-Z videos, patrons and stuff like that. This is we are operating off a raw spirit, man. There's no perks that come with this. After camp, you don't get your $300 for, hey brother, you did the work. How many hours you put in? You put in 27 hours. Here's your 27-hour plus check. You don't get those things, but we understand that through faith that those things will be rewarded. But right now, it's about working, man.
That's right.
You got to be work ready, consistent. Not even looking for a handout, man. Not even looking for something in return. You know?
Hey, we're in good company. Because I just read that the last scripture, Second Ezra, where it said that they didn't listen to Moses, to the ancient prophets, or even him. So people not listening to us. We're not getting followers and a bunch of women and a bunch of unified garments and marches. We're not giving you gimmicks to follow us. We're just giving you the word. But that's also what filters out, like what the brother said. Yeah, you know the true. The true and the untrue. Okay? So it says, and the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men.
300.
But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you. and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go every man into his place.
That was 144,000 back then, man. You know? Not, of course, the whole 144,000, but you always have remnants. That's why even Elijah said, I'm the only one that's out here doing the work. But the Lord said, I got
7,000 men.
7,000 men that won't bow down on their knees to Baal. That would be the elect back then. See, the elect is all throughout the scriptures, whether in large companies, whether individual stories, but the integrity, the core integrity of the nation, and we represent that core integrity. You know, you look at the leaders of our nation, they're fuck-offs, man. These Al Sharptons, these you know,
T.I.'s,
Killer Mike,
Oprah's, Steve Harvey, they all sellouts. I was actually watching this video with Dr. Sabi the other day, and he was speaking about how you know, he came up with the cures for, you know, lupus and all these different diseases and ailments, and he said he felt like the Spirit of the Lord was basically on him. There's so many words. He said he rejoiced, and he said, I'm gonna take this to Al Sharpton, I'm gonna take this to Oprah, I'm gonna take this to all these individuals. And he said, you know what? Basically they reject him. He said, because they ain't trying to heal the people.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
Yeah, he said they're not even looking to heal the people. They're looking to keep the people destroyed and keep the people stupefied. So we know those aren't the leaders. So we're our leaders. We need leaders, individuals, to actually set the standard according to a certain spirit, according to a certain guideline. And it's the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we go into these accounts, military accounts, how your mind should be in your walk. But whether dealing with military, whether dealing with government, whether dealing with respect, honor, integrity, courage. That's why we go into these records, man. That was it.
I got something real quick, if you don't mind, about what you're saying about these leaders. This is Hebrews 11, and I'm gonna start at 24. It says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh Shem Yahushai than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
And how many of these rich entertainers will leave their posts, totally abandon it, and preach the gospel? I don't see Floyd Mayweather on these streets.
That's the spirit. Floyd Mayweather said, when all those police brutality videos was coming out, he's like, man, listen to the police.
Right.
Obey him. Show you where his mind is at.
You had that faggot nigga, I don't even want to say his name, but Young Thug, there's a video a while back, but the lady was like, so what's going on with, how do you feel about the brutality? How do you feel about all the black African-American beatings, this, that, and the other that's going on to basically your people? He was like, man, we don't get into that stuff around here. We just about getting money.
Lil Wayne said that shit too.
Yeah. I would say Lil Wayne said that too. You know, he was like racist. He was like, shoot, the white cop saved me. You know?
Oh yeah. I
You know what I'm saying? You know, he wasn't.
Phooey.
Yeah. And Jake sees stuff, but Jake gets a bunch of cowards.
Yeah, Jake a bunch of cowards. Because you got to be politically correct in this world. What we're doing is not according to the standard of the government. The government will never proclaim this because it's anti-government. We're known as terrorists, really. We're terrorizing this world through the words of prophecy. You know, the prophets. It was certain times where certain men got locked up for teaching this word. Paul got in prison for just prophesying, teaching the words of the Bible.
Peter.
Jeremiah.
Yahushua.
Those men got in prison. They got banned from countries.
Ultimately
they got beat
killed.
to death. Ultimately killed, beheaded. That's why you have the term, what is it, a martyr? Which of course, apostles went into really the essence of that word. But as people know, martyrs are individuals that get beheaded for teaching or holding fast to a particular faith. You got that precept you wanted?
I mean, yeah, it was just going about how the Lord deals with a smaller multitude, but it's up to you if you want.
Yeah, get that.
Okay. Khan, this is 1 Maccabee chapter 3, verse 17. It says, oh, and I did want to say, you said King David had took the sword of Goliath. Judas did the same thing with Apollonius when you read further. He beat his ass and he took his sword. You know? So, but to the point, verse 17, it says, who when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day?
And that was the Greek Empire in its apex.
Yeah.
Greece would be in its apex in comparison to us to America, man.
The Seleucid Empire.
Yeah, because even Israel back then, they had a large amount of men. It was thousands of men that war, but they was against the whole empire, man.
Yep.
Greece reigned. You had the whole what's that river they have over there? What is it? The Aegean Sea.
Oh, okay.
That whole area, the Mediterranean, stretching Thebes, North Africa, stretching towards the east, man.
Caspian Sea.
Yeah, that's why it's known as what? An empire. An empire is an emperor that rules over major provinces. And they set up what? Garrisons. They set up taskmasters. You know, they set up all these different parts of the government and have full control and all that money. That's why you have today state taxes, and you have mayors and all these things, and it all goes to what? The bigger power, which is the federal government.
The Jews were the only ones that were Hellenized.
Hellenization was all over the world, man.
Yeah, empire.
Hamites.
Empire means a dominion.
Or dominion, yeah. Simone.
Oh, Khan. It says, verse 18, unto whom Judas answered, it is not.
Read that part over.
Khan. Verse 17, 1 Maccabees 3:17, who when they saw the host coming to meet them,
So they seen the armies. Keep on.
said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude?
That was a Jake weak in the faith. You
Yep.
know? No, some Jake, man. How us so few gonna be able to take down? Which is a good question, but it's spiritual, man.
Right.
It is being carnal.
When they deep thinking about the Lord.
Yeah,
The Lord said we're gonna do this.
Keep on.
It says, being so few, fight against so great a multitude and so strong.
And so strong because Greece, what was they military known as hoplites. The hoplite military was strong. They would have, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the main assimilations they would have was like phalanx, if I'm not mistaken. That might have been Rome, but they had the whole warrior regime. They had structure. It wasn't just no bullshit military, so to speak. They were known. They were a powerful nation, so to speak.
Well, it was
I think it was Rome that had the phalanx.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about the Greeks, it was that was a serious thing, accomplishment they did by taking down the Persians. That's why the whole movie 300 was such an epic thing, because the Persians they had the whole army that was messing, but they came and it rocked the earth and everything.
Oh, yep.
So again, like the Lord is in control. When it's time for a kingdom to fall, that kingdom ain't got no choice but to fall.
You going?
God, it says, seeing we are already too faint with fasting all this day.
So it was already fasting. It was dehydrated, parched, broke, but they still had faith.
Hey, that's the spirit. You said some of the men were carnal. You know, that doesn't mean all of them were, because it says they were fasting all day. The ones who believed, their spirits were amped up after the fasting.
Oh yeah.
You see? So verse 18, it says, unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter. And this was one of the men who was fasting, who was amped up in the spirit. It is no hard matter for many.
Bad, man.
Yep.
You know, that word Maccabees goes to Marco Baptist hammer. The Maccabean family was a tough family. Man.
Yep.
Simon, Jonathan, Levites, Judas, and father Matthias. But they took that energy from their forefather, their father, and they duplicated within the military, man. That level of integrity, that level of vision.
Yep. Out of Simon came the Hasmoneans.
Out of Simon, yeah.
So it says, it is no hard matter.
Oh, and you got individuals that say that this history isn't secular, it doesn't link with scriptures. You got all kind of coinage. You got a Hasmonean coinage, and when you really dig into the Greek Empire, you got to acknowledge the Hasmoneans.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to. Keep going.
Come on. It says, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
Yeah, no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. That's why it says that one shall take down 1,000. And you watch these certain military movies, you're like, God damn, man. You see you watch these movies, you be thinking they fantasy. Like, what's that movie?
John Wick.
John Wick.
Rambo.
He'll shoot down damn near 1,000 people and only get shot in the leg one time in the movie.
The Expendables.
Oh, The Expendables. Just think about all those individuals just being in the body of men. That's why they had that movie, The Expendables. That was just like ancient Israelite military, like the choice men.
Yep.
It was like 7 of them too.
Yeah, yeah. They added more on.
What's that Denzel Washington movie where they're like in the Wild West, like Magnificent Seven or something like that?
Oh, Magnificent Seven.
Oh yeah.
That Magnificent Seven was bad, man.
They was wreaking havoc too.
Yeah,
they had Gad doing
these things of that nature. Yeah, they had Gad. They had a different mercenaries, so to speak, that came together, and that's all they needed, man.
Yep.
Right. Mastermind created bombs. They figured out how to take down the enemy with a small company.
And they had trust.
They had trust. Those things you should watch to tap into your faith, man. Because it's only so many of us, so to speak. But that shouldn't move you. You got certain people that get moved by the fact of that, man. You ain't got followers like that. You know, it's not a lot of us like the Christians. You know, Islam, it's
millions of followers.
I was about to say it's billions. You know, one of the biggest religions, Mormonism, all these different religions, but that doesn't mean that they have the truth.
Hey, you want to know out of all those movies, and then also the scriptures that we're reading, Judges 7, the scripture you brought out with Moses, and this one right here with Judas, one of the common denominators and key components was a great leader.
Great leader.
They had you have to have a great leader in order to see this type of vision. It goes same thing with your prospective camps, the apostles and elders. You got to have great leadership in order to see that type of vision.
Or the Avengers movie, the first one, all them aliens came out of space. It was only like 6 of them.
Yep.
You know, but you know they had the spiritual power. So what do you think the Lord's gonna do when He get this midnight power? Being so few, it leveled out. So taking them out. Hell, Hawkeye.
You see, that's a great leader.
Yep.
So it says, unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few, and with the Most High of heaven, it is all one to
the power of heaven.
Yep.
It is all
to the
one.
power of heaven, Salaki.
You going?
It says to deliver with great multitude or a small company, for the victory of, verse 19, for the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven.
Strength coming down from heaven. And we've seen plenty of examples. You know, we have the written records of small companies that took down many. Biblical records and even on this biblical playing field, man. Look at Toussaint Louverture and the Haitian Revolt. They got independent from killing off them crackers, man. You got Spartacus. They was going against the whole Roman Empire at that time, man. Spartacus and the League of Men that followed him, the band, company of men. And where did they start at? In the gladiatorial rings. They were slaves. That was basically being purchased. They was purchased as slaves. You know, whether they was in debt or whether they committed certain crimes, and those men started doing what? Training, sharpening each other. All right, sharpening each other's skills, as is written in Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpening iron. And as they developed, as they got stronger and stronger, and as they bonded and got a better relationship, they had more strength in the unit, and they all respected the leader. They all were from their particular planes, like tribes, so to speak, when you watch the show. But they all had respect for Spartacus, and they knew that he was the man. They knew that he had the most expertise, because before, when you actually go into Spartacus, he's actually known as the #1 revolter of all time, even above Nat Turner, because how big that group was, and he was in the Roman military. He was a part of the Roman military, but he
knew their strategy and all that.
He knew their strategy. He knew they was corrupt. And then they threw him in the gladiatorial rings. They put him under Batiatus, and they basically took him. He had to go through gladiator school.
Like that movie, what's that movie we watched? I don't know why. You know, Jake that was in the CIA.
Oh, the spook that
sat by the door. That was a good one too. Yeah. And as those men got trained, like even an example of that too, those men got trained, they got wiser, they got more cunning, they knew how to play a certain role in society, they played cool with the master, they were subject, they wasn't blowing their cover, and then it was time to strike.
I got something. Yeah. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 27. And it says, but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, I'm sorry, top. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 27. It says, but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have
And we the
chosen.
foolish things of the world. We look like fools out here.
That's right.
You know? When people say that y'all are wearing dresses, what y'all doing with those big dirty beards on your face? You know, they had this study that the beards are dirtier than a toilet.
All right.
You know, but that's the wickedness of Esau. You got people that tap into that bullshit, man. We're not clean shaven. Where's our building that we can pay taxes and relax? We're about to get rained on. You know? Why are y'all yelling? Why are y'all using these curse words?
Why y'all cussing?
Why y'all cursing?
Why y'all cussing?
Like, oh, hell no. And that's why there's no room for women in the congregation, man.
Right.
You got women that, what happened when women stand out here for a couple minutes? Her back can start hurting. You know? High heels start giving out on her.
What time y'all leave out
Oh, yeah,
again?
they hungry.
What time we leave out again?
We start sweating. We start sweating head. Gotta start patting that head. Get the hell on, man.
Just go sit at home.
Yeah, just go home, man.
Go home and have dinner. Right?
This is for warriors, man. And people look at this like it's like this. Oh, we ain't supposed to go to the highways and byways. It's integrity that is shown just being out here, man.
About the foolishness of preaching.
The foolishness of preaching. You got it.
Yeah, come. Reading on, it says, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things that are mighty.
And who's weaker than these tribes? The Judites, the Negroes, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Mexicans. You know, those nations, all these tribes, their lands have been invaded and taken over, man.
Yeah, in Vegas, the betting system on who's next to rule the world. Ain't nobody putting their money on niggas, man.
Or Native Americans. Who gonna say the Native Americans?
Native Americans is up next.
Right.
But they are. But it's just like you said. It's just the way that it's set up, the way it looks. Nobody's considering that these are the next rulers of the universe. Fuck the world, the universe.
Yeah, Mexicans. So we're known as what? Weak. Our lands are destroyed. Haiti. When you actually watch these documentaries and you really get into those, you're like, God damn, man. I don't think I ever take a trip out there. That's why most people, when they go tour, they mainly go to Europe. They mainly go to the white man's land. They'll go to Asiatic lands. You know, certain parts of Africa. You know, only a few parts of South America, because those lands are ridden with crime, cocaine, and death, man.
Well, they only go to the resorts anyway.
Yeah,
the resorts is all about the coast and stuff.
And what they
But
tell
go
you
to
don't
the
leave.
interiors.
Oh, Dominican Republic. What's going on in Dominican? Every time somebody goes there, they drop it dead. That's the tribe of Simeon. What the hell is going on there? That's why we're known as weak. We're disregarded. We're looked down upon.
The mystery.
Keep going.
Verse 28. And the base things of the world,
Yeah.
and things which are
The
despised.
base is the bottom. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. That's the prophecy in Deuteronomy 28 was that thou shalt be the head and not the tail.
Yep.
We're the ass of the nations. The tail is right by the ass.
Dang.
You see? Bottom of the totem pole. That's why we eat. When you deal with the food,
Whoa.
we have the lowest quality food in the nation, man. Jake can eat beanie weenies,
Pork and beef.
poke and beans, all that slave food, McDonald's. Oh, but when you go to the richer white side, they don't have McDonald's. They don't have Burger Kings. Top restaurants.
Yeah, where's the Whole Food? There's ain't no goddamn Whole Food off of Candler Road.
Not all bankhead.
Ain't no Sprouts or Trader Joe's off of Glenwood.
There's some whole niggas over there.
You gonna find a food depot.
Drug liquor stores, and title
IGN.
loan stores.
Food Depot.
Wayfield.
Wayfield.
The Krogers be different.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Kroger
yeah,
is way
yeah,
different.
yeah.
You call it something
Walmart.
different. Oh, like that Kroger on the good part of Glenwood. Now, you can deal with even Glenwood. You got the one part of Glenwood, you go in that Kroger, that shit is through.
Wine tasting and shit.
Yeah, you go to the other part, it's wine tasting, they got the
Stock
nice
wine.
bar.
Yep.
That's the biggest
Salad
Kroger I've
bar
ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is like it's a super Kroger.
I be stopping over this.
But it's
like,
reserved
damn.
for who? The Edomites, man.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Con, I'll read it for the top. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 28.
Jake be on Section 8,
It's
broke
not
as
there.
hell, and you have these so-called white people paying $4,000 or $5,000 a month, you know, for nice lavish houses.
Shit.
It's a big difference.
Riding Northside Drive from the dome. Just keep riding it. Just keep riding until it stops, man. It's gonna blow your mind, man. It's gonna go from the trap to $50 million homes.
Past Howell Mill and all that.
Oh, behind Howell Mill.
Behind all
Yeah,
that.
keep going. And then it turns into New Northside Drive. It's gonna be homes that look like
houses.
museums,
And
man.
you just go down there to do some work and go home.
Yeah.
You like, I ain't even really got no business out here.
Right. Why am I even
People can tell I don't belong here by my car.
Right.
You're like, nah, yeah, he just coming to work
What
and
is
take
he
it
doing
back
here?
to the side of town.
He must be Ubering.
He lost. Staking out a house to rob.
Police come right behind you.
Hey, honey, I saw a lot of those cars. Order something to eat off Uber Eats. They'll be here in 3 seconds. There's a lot of them out there right now.
Oh shit. 1 Corinthians 1 and 28. And it says, in the base things of the world
And the base things of the world, the bottom. Keep going.
and things which are despised,
Things which are despised were despicable. People hate niggas. That's why when you watch certain movies, they always stereotype you blacks, man. There's so many bywords and so many ways that the so-called white men in these other nations ridicule us, you know, by blackface. You know,
that Dave Chappelle, the Lost episodes. And they did the one episode that was banned where he did a little, what did he call it?
I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
The little
The little stereotype.
the little stereotype. And remember the Jake stood up, you got the stereotype he did for Negroes, Spanish, he did the Chinese, and then the white guy. And remember the Jake in the crowd was like, the white guy ain't even that bad. Because really the stereotypes that you try to put on a white man, like the derogatory term that we put on white people is crackers. That ain't a derogatory term. You calling him basically a whip. He whips niggas' ass.
That's right.
The whipper.
The
Thank
whipper.
The whip.
I want that title in the kingdom. Call me a cracker. We the ultimate cracker in the kingdom, all right?
Oh, yeah. But just like you said, and even those Asiatic lands, they had it was one video where those Chinese was on stage dressing up as Louis Armstrong, blackface, playing. Like, what the hell do you know about Louis Armstrong? Right. You know, emulating basically playing the role of them, big red lips. They try to dress up like monkeys. And they try to say that that's us. They do a watermelon eating contest, all these different things. Oh, they ancient cartoons, these old cartoons, you watch these movies. The old Looney cartoons, old Looney Tunes cartoons. And it was back in the day, that was just coming on TV. You have a lot of Jakes that would watch TV.
I used to watch that shit.
And you didn't even know what the hell you was watching.
Scarecrows, them scarecrows were racist as hell, man.
You had, if I can add, you had Jake Simmons at Hate the Nigger Baby. Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was the that's where it
The whack-a-mole.
it became the whack-a-mole, but it used to be a little nigga child would stick his head up.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, you got the ice cream truck theme song.
Oh yeah.
Some of that.
That shit is super. That shit
That's the most. They say it's the most racist song ever.
You know what's just as racist? The Star Spangled Banner. When you really go into the origins of that, you'll never say that shit again, man. Which of course we know we don't say it, but I'm just saying for most. You got niggas that still say it, to be honest.
Oh shit! You see that shit your ass down
in the
man.
league.
That shit is all to show respect unto the so-called white man's authority. Keep going.
Come. Reading on, it says, "Hath chosen the Most High have chosen, yea."
But even after all those things, we're still chosen. We're still that lump, that righteous lump that the Lord. You can get that the second name was let thy great be kept. That the Lord actually sees, recognizes, and wants to deliver. Continue.
Come. Yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Yeah, we're the things which are not. We don't have any government. Where's the government of you blacks? You're owned by another government. That's why you call yourself a what? A United States citizen. Or you call yourself an American. The word American goes into Amerigo Vespucci, which is a white man. Or you'll call yourself what? Colombian. What the hell is a Colombian? Colombian is named after Christopher Columbus. You're not the people of Columbus. Columbus came and whooped you natives' asses, and they slapped the title to show that you're property of him, man.
They think you pissed on it.
Yeah, basically. That's a form of the great.
The great.
Who else
Mark
we
this
got?
territory.
Haitian, which is hell. You have Puerto Ricans, rich port.
You're an Indian savage.
Yeah, Indians,
West
which
Indies,
is a savage.
West Indian, not even just one Indian.
Right.
Native Indian,
Indian.
Native American Indians and West Indians.
Right. Direction.
Right.
Yeah,
They put
direction.
a direction.
Direction,
Right, you
no
a
savage.
West Indian.
Them savages that live over there on the
On
west.
the west
Any-
side.
Any goddamn savage, you a fucking west savage.
Savage. West side savage.
You on that?
Verse 29, that no flesh shall glory in his presence, but of him are ye in Mashiach Yahushai, who of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption.
Yeah, and even after all the things that we look down upon, we still could look up with the level of so-called pride, so to speak. You know, because we have the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We understand who we are. You can't slap any more labels on us.
Yeah.
You can't tell me I'm black. You can't tell me I'm an African American. You can't tell me I'm a Negro. You can't tell me I'm a Puerto Rican, I'm a Haitian. Those are bywords and proverbs. Those are labels that you put on me. I'm truly an Israelite, a prince of power of the Most High. There's no title that stands above that. A prince of God,
Right.
and a prince is what? Heir to the throne. You look at these different princes, they ain't even got to work for their kingdom, man.
Hey, look at Prince Harry.
Prince Harry,
Right. Don't do it.
he living fat as hell.
Don't do it. Don't
See,
do it.
and Jake don't know the essence of glory. See, you know, you'll be at home bullshitting, and you think everybody's doing that. No, you got some people people that's traveling the world, seeing the best lands, eating the best cuisines and food, drinking the finest wine, you know, actually living life. But that life, the Lord actually promised us, because the ones that are in heaven, which is the white man's heaven, there's going to be a change of there's going to be a road change, man. The ones that's living in hell, the kingdom of heaven is for them, and the ones that living in heaven, the kingdom of heaven, they're going to basically be in hell.
It'll be a ship.
At the bottom. You got that?
It's 2 Ezra chapter 9 and 20. It says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people.
What's the grape of the cluster and what is that? The cusp of a great people? The cusp of a great people, that's the Israelites. All right? And it's not talking about the whole nation, because the majority of Jake, they're degenerates.
You only got that one grape.
You only got that one grape. That's why it's 2 Ezra 9 and 22. You read that real fast?
Yeah, come read it next. It says, verse 22, let the multitude perish then,
Let the multitude, which is the abundance of people, perish then. Keep going.
which was born in vain.
Which was born in what?
Which was born in vain.
A lot of people are born in vain.
That's the majority of these
Pointless.
people.
Yeah.
Just here.
They have no instruction. They just go off the fly. Every Saturday they just bullshitting with the lie. They're not trying to assimilate. They're not trying to follow the scriptures like it says in Zephaniah 2. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
Come.
They're not searching for nothing. They're not. They don't know the past. They don't know what's gonna go on in the future. They're just living for what? The present. YOLO.
Right. You know, you can't have a. It's all a numbers game with the Lord, man. You can't have a 1/3 without the 2/3.
Yeah.
Can't have chosen without unchosen.
So it's, a lot of people are just born to just basically equal the equation,
Right.
balance the equation.
Which the Lord can do that. Yeah. Right? There's a little bit more. It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept.
And let my grape be kept.
And
The
my-
word my is possessing. So who's the Lord's grape that he wants to be kept or preserved? The elect. The word elect goes into the Greek eklektos, which means chosen. To be chosen, you're not choosing. Was that if I'm not mistaken, John 15, 16, I might be mistaken. But it says, ye are not chosen me, but I've chosen thee, man.
Yep.
So we didn't choose the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father actually chose us.
That's right.
We brought that out earlier.
Yep. So it says, let the
16.
multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept. So out of a whole cluster of grapes, all the grapes that the Lord basically, he threw them away, but that one grape, that was probably plump and fresh. The rest of them were probably rotten. But that one grape he kept, and that's really all he's looking for. Yeah, you know, probably moldy spoiled grapes. That's 2/3 of Israel.
And what you do with something that's spoiled or that's rotten, you throw it in the earth, man. That's what's gonna happen to a lot of jakes. Jakes is gonna die. They're gonna decompose. Their spirits is gonna go up, and then it could come back down in a righteous spirit through the elect. Small.
Yeah, it says, "And let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect." And
Great
you can,
labor.
yep, and you can make a plant out of just one grape. All you gotta do is plant the seed, and then now you got a whole new plant.
A whole new vine.
And holy vine.
Yep.
You got,
Bro, you can get it.
All right, this is a real quick one. Ephesians 1:3. It says, "Blessed be the power and the Father of our Lord, Mashiach Yahushai, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Mashiach Yahushai, according as he have chosen us and him before the foundation of the world, that we shall be holy and without blame before him in love."
yeah, and that's how you know we gotta be appreciative, man. Even though we're at the lowest at a nation, we still gotta appreciate the fact that Yahweh Shema Shah gave us this word, gave us this knowledge,
Ears to hear.
gave us the ears to hear, the eyes to see. We could actually be blind and deaf. Got them Helen Keller.
Yeah,
You know? But the Lord actually opened your spiritual ears, and he actually gave you the opportunity to hear him and to come onto his word and teach this truth, man. What's greater than standing up for your people, man? When you deal with even leaders, the true leaders of our nations, those are the men that actually fought on the battlefield and died, man. Sure. Nat Turner, he was a leader. That's why when you deal with Black history, I ain't never hear about Nat Turner, no. I never heard about Nat Turner until I came into the truth. Why? Because he was a true leader. But you hear about who? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You hear about Rosa Parks,
All the coons.
Harriet Tubman. And majority of those individuals, they were financed by the government. Rosa Parks, that whole back of the bus, with that NAACP bullshit, it was the origin really started from the government. The government really financed that, and they created that as a basically like a simulation.
They're controlling the narrative.
To control the narrative, and they already had women before her that wasn't willing to give up their seat. She wasn't the first.
Yeah, it was already.
Yeah, it had been
She
going
wasn't the
on.
first
man.
one, it was another.
Yeah, the only reason why they, if I can add, the only reason why they picked Rosa Parks because she was a lighter shade of brown.
She's a lot
Yeah, the original woman was like really dark skinned, so I had to get the right narrative.
Perfect woman. You had what's this chick I just said, Harriet Tubman, which Harriet Tubman is on the CIA.com, and she's known as a great leader to the federal government. Why? Because she took slaves from the South
And brought him to the
and
federal
brought them
government.
to the government of the North.
Yeah, to fight the war.
To fight the war from the North versus South. So she did a great, and she sent a lot of Negroes up north to fight that war, man.
Yep.
Because the North was doing what? They had a spy. They had to have what they call them, insurgents, if I'm not mistaken.
Intelligence operatives.
Intelligence operatives, and they used Harriet Tubman as an intelligence operative to go to the South, take slaves, bring them to the North, and fight that war. Look at the time frame. And her name wasn't even her real name wasn't even Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Man. I think it was Armorada Ross, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, let's deal with Gad. You have
I was just about
Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, Pocahontas.
Goddamn sellout, man.
I was just about to say about 20,000 or more Gadites fought in the Civil War on both sides for Esau. They fought because they thought they would get like an immunity from from their lands and things of that
Tribal
nature.
lands, but
But
The same thing with Jake. Jake. See, people be mad at a lot of so-called Negroes that'll wave the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of Jakes in the South that fought on the Confederate side of the Civil War because they were fighting for their land.
That's it.
They were fighting for their land because after they were freed as slaves, they were given lands. So what I'm gonna do? Like every Jake didn't run to fucking Harlem and put on fancy suits and shit, man.
Right. Yeah, because it was one. That's why you got to go into these things. There was one part of the government that was getting more industrialized,
right?
Which was the North, and you had the South that was still big on agriculture, farming, and you had slaves, just like you said, that would give their inheritance up to Negroes, man. You actually had black women that were slave masters, whipping Nick Back.
Yeah, I just Just
Oh,
going.
excuse me. But
No.
like I was saying, Pocahontas, and you also have this woman
Sacagawea. On the coin, I was just thinking about it.
That's what I was thinking about. Sacagawea, yeah.
Sacagawea. Why is she on
Lewis
the
and
coin?
Clark?
Huh? The Lewis and Clark over the expedition?
Yeah.
She actually helped Edomites actually
to the western coast of America.
that get from one part of America to the next, man.
Asshole.
So what they gave honor to her. All right, we're gonna put you on a coin.
She got a gold.
Got a gold coin.
Gold.
And I always wonder why is it a Native American on the coin? You know, you look at it, you see the woman with the baby on the back and shit, whatever
Right.
the hell.
That was a
It's in
baby
pouch.
tomahawk.
Yeah, a little baby tomahawk.
Baby
It
Uncle
might have been a
Tom.
baby Edomite.
It might have been a baby Edomite.
Baby, I know. They probably
Oh,
break
like
their
the
ass.
Pocahontas. She like the white boys and things
John
like that.
Smith.
Yeah, John Smith. So that's who they give honor to. But do they speak about Crazy Horse in Black History Month, things of that nature? Do they speak about a sitting bull?
Rain in the
Geronimo?
face.
Who?
Rain in the face.
Rain in the
Two
face.
moons.
From a man, Kicking Bear.
Chief Joseph.
Chicken Bear, Chief Joseph. You don't hear about these people till you really come into the truth, really get into the knowledge of things. Like I said, Nat Turner, Spartacus. Well, Spartacus was a Jake, Crixus, all these different leaders, even in Rome and Greece. Those are the true warriors.
Yep.
What was it? Denmark of Vesey.
Denmark Vesey, yeah.
Denmark Vesey.
Hannibal.
Yep, Hannibal. Well, you had two sons, a little bit which he was into witchcraft, really. But he stood up and kicked the white man's ass. Pushed Napoleon them out.
Yep.
You see? So it's about tapping into the truth. But you said you had something?
Yeah, I had a little something because like we were going into how the white man thinks of these nations right here. And even so, we were going into how Jake would want to fight in his wars. This is out of this book right here called The Assassination of the Black Male Image by Earl Offery Hutchinson, PhD. That matters. But these are what the founding fathers. These are what the founding fathers of America said about so-called Negroes, man. It said this is George Washington. George Washington said most of them will slight their work or be idle altogether, lazy and derelict. Thomas Jefferson said a reason much inferior to whites. It says imagination, dull, tasteless.
Can you read that over, Bob?
George Washington said this about the so-called Negroes. He says most of them will slight their work or be idle altogether.
George Washington, which he was a devil, man.
Yeah, he was a witch too.
He was a witch. Mason. You have that known portrait of George Washington with the Masonic guard. You have the hidden hand and the apron with the Masonic symbols all over.
George Washington Monument in D.C. He's got his hands in that bafflement as above as below.
I think that's Thomas Jefferson. The
Thomas
Jefferson.
He's another devil.
Yeah, another devil.
Yep. And then they got Lincoln sitting on a pedestal, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it says Thomas Jefferson.
And they owned slaves.
Yep, they did.
But he
And
emancipated.
this is Thomas Jefferson and what he said. He says, in reason, much inferior to whites.
Damn.
Undeniable.
Much inferior to whites. So what's that? A superiority complex,
Yep.
man. So-called white man doesn't look at you on an equal plane. That's why it was a certain time in history, like you said, where Abraham Lincoln emancipated blacks. The Emancipation Proclamation, which doesn't mean that you're free. It just means you're transferred from one government to the next. You became from a direct slave.
Public property to private.
Yeah, that's right. Public property to private.
Still property.
You still got to deal with the history of America. How it got more industrialized. How it got more corporate. You see? So you instead of having being a slave under a plantation, now you got a Social Security. Now you got an EIN. Yeah, when you go into these jobs, when you're hired, you get an employee identification.
That's how you know the so-called white man looks at his property, or at us as property, as technology. What do you do with technology? You upgrade it. Oh, instead of having them as a hardcore bonded slave, we're gonna fuck with their minds and make them work in the corporate side. And how we change this? They upgraded the technology.
Yeah, the infrastructure.
The infrastructure that just came via the 12 tribes.
Yeah, they have time to keep
Industrial
running after niggas, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Who the hell got the energy for runaways like that?
You got niggas that run to the job now. They
Yeah,
run
exactly.
to the back. And what
Niggas
happened?
run to the job. That's
Right
what
after slavery, they created the prison system.
There you go.
And it was more Jakes that was, they had to keep those prison systems occupied and fully furnished with blacks and Hispanics. That's why today, 80 to 90, more than likely about 80%, 70 to 80% on a light number, is black and Hispanic.
And it's private owned.
And it's private owned.
That's right.
You going?
So it says Thomas Jefferson said, in reason much inferior to whites, in imagination dull, tasteless.
Joel, hey, skip that Matthew 5, man. What it say? We the salt of the earth.
That's a low. That's him saying we have a low IQ.
Like with
You see what I'm
animals.
saying?
But this is how the white man feels about you. This is your prototype Edomite.
Hey, well, but that's in the spirit. We talk about them the same way. When we give them a compliment, it's not really a compliment. I mean, that's a bad devil right there. You know, we give them we compliment them on that shit, but it's still from a place of they're inferior to us.
Exactly.
So that's really a righteous, for lack of a better term, I'll say the right spirit that Esau's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's supposed
Fuck
to
an Edomite that's like, oh, I love black people. No, hate me.
Hey, me.
Really a ruling class mentality.
Yeah.
And then that definition of what Thomas Jefferson said, they're dull. That's when you call yourself black. That's what you're saying. You're dull. You're southern. You're border light. So, and you call yourself black, man. You fit everything that the devil's saying about you.
Yeah, Malcolm X said that in the movie. Was it X or Malcolm? X.
Yeah, X, yeah.
He was talking to what was it, like a Christian?
In prison.
He's
on
a
the
prison
dictionary.
Yeah, he was like, you know, the definition of black means dull, like you said, all those things.
Evil.
He was like, I'm not black.
Wicked.
That's why he called himself Malcolm X.
Right.
The X is a crucifix. So basically saying that he X'd out his last name, who he actually identifies as. Keep going.
I got one more little thing. So it says, and that's crazy. The chapter. This chapter is called. This is chapter 1. The Negro, a beast, or in the image of the Most High. So it says, this is because you know we all saw that movie Birth of a Nation, but it was the original movie was a heavy degrading of us. That's why.
It was long too.
Yeah.
It was like 1901
Black and white, no
Black
color.
and
or
Something like that.
Turn of the century, they made that.
Yeah, I think it had
That's right.
Jake basically like a monkey running after a white woman and all that shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he like raped her and stuff.
Yeah, raped her and all that shit.
But you said it came from the Klansman. It says Dixon, which was like the writer, he set out to vanquish him in his big sprawling novel, The Klansman, published in 1905. And when you read further, it says the Klansman turned into The Birth of a Nation of the movie. It says he brushed off a vehement protest from the NAACP and black leaders that it was a lie he could afford to. By then, cash registers were jingling everywhere as the film smashed house records nationally. When the film hit the White House,
That was a big movie.
so that film even made the White House.
White House.
It says when that
White House.
the white man, white.
Not the black
That was
house.
funny, man. It says
yeah, black man
before it
actually
got
built the
burned
White
down. It says when the film hit the White House, an ecstatic, listen to this, an ecstatic Woodrow Wilson exclaimed, "It's like writing history with lightning." That's what he said. That's what you Negroes, Native Americans, and so-called Hispanics, president said about y'all. About if you ever seen the original Birth of a Nation, it goes to show you how the so-called Negroes are rapists, beasts, hypocrites, all that in the 9 yards. And he said that was history written with lightning.
Yeah, and when you think about yourself, even in Africa, Jacob think they was swinging on goddamn vines and shit, man.
Right.
You fucking
You
Tarzan.
don't never think, all right, when I was in Africa,
Yeah,
we
right.
had cities, we was trading gold and silver, you had the Mali Empire, you had all kind of empires, and Jake had hella production and trade. Women actually had clothes on. I remember when I was younger, when I used to be young, I would turn it on the fucking African channel. And you would watch, which we ain't Africans, of course, but you'll watch it, and you thinking it's
Right.
you.
On that
Think we
on the
Titties hanging out.
Discovery Channel.
Titties be down there to their
He's a
knees.
yeah.
Flopping all over the
Flopping like an elephant
I'm
trunk.
like,
Like, what the fuck is going
Flies
on?
all over them.
Nah,
They don't even care.
Yeah, that push you in the spirit where you be like,
Yeah.
you know, like that nigga woman that was a preacher said it. Well, I'm glad the white man brought me over here because I be swinging from trees.
My brother said
Oh
that.
yeah. I remember that.
I think I was thinking about my brother when I was young.
You know, Salakia, you know, it's crazy. Them things that we watch on National Geographic,
Right here.
they're the ones who were mad at us for flourishing in their land. That's why they sent us over. That's why they sold us to the white man. We didn't sell ourselves. Like, even that theory right there is dumb as hell. Why would I sell my bro into slavery? Like, for some, I understand in the book of Genesis,
Right.
but in a case like where we're doing good, we're living good, why would we just sell ourselves like,
Well,
fuck
we
it
have a
all?
law on the Hebrew servant.
We treated
You
them
could
good.
have a Hebrew slave, but
Right.
why would I give my brother as I could keep him as a servant to myself,
Right.
but I'm gonna sell it to this pasty cracker?
That's why, that's the spirit. That's why you got the book of Philemon.
Right.
Onesimus was his servant at the time, but he ran into Paul, and Paul had to give him back. But when Paul gave Onesimus back, he said, "Look, don't take him as a servant. Take him as a brother now." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Read the book of Philemon. That gives you a true indication of Paul's characteristics. Short book, but tells you a lot.
And that shows you that's the compassion that Jake has. Them Hamites don't have no compassion. What they call a kata?
What Philemon mean?
You know?
I can't remember.
You got that in us.
I know
Yeah,
Onesimus
another one,
means profitable.
Really,
Let's see.
they were our biggest enemy before Esau.
Matter of fact, we get that in Wisdom of Solomon with the Hamites.
The Hamites, man, if it was all in the spirit of the Lord, really these goddamn Africans, they should be exterminated with Esau too, man.
ODS works that they do.
Yeah.
I think that's Wisdom of Solomon 12. Got that? Surah 12.
One who kisses.
This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Yeah, so the scripture says never trust your enemy. One, you have an enemy, man. You have an enemy. If not, it wouldn't be written in the Bible. Enemies. More enemies than friends. You know? You got people that profit off of your life being taken. You see, that's why you have germs and all kind of diseases that's being pushed out, biological warfare. You had the individual that created HIV. Oh, you had the dude in the military who admitted that HIV was deliberately used to kill blacks in the military in Africa. So what about here in America? HIV was deliberately utilized to kill blacks and Hispanics. You have the
Now
Puerto
it's
Rican
Ebola.
cancer experiment. You have Ebola. You had the Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah. Syphilis.
Yeah, the syphilis,
Yep.
where you had individuals in line waiting to get treated. And what was the so-called white man doing? Injecting you with the goddamn poison, man.
Yep.
This is how the so-called white man gets down. There's plenty of stories. But you had the gynecologists that were so-called fathers of medicine at this time, and they were working on blacks, black slaves, black male and female slaves without anesthetics, testing out tools, trying to see breaking points, see how far the body could live with taking the heart out. They had to get to a certain peak of research. They know all these things, man. They know how long the body functions without the heart. They know about cutting out arteries and how much pain they need to actually take. All right, it needs this dosage of anesthetic.
Yeah.
It
That's
needs
where
this
this medicine
dosage.
come from.
So before they actually got to that point, how did they test it? They tested on Jake without anesthetics, pulling out teeth.
Well, too much anesthetics. See, anesthetics is the highest. That's why doctors have to pay such a high level of insurance. Because it's not just putting your ass to sleep; it's waking your ass up from the anesthetics. They give you too much, you dead.
You going to sleep.
It shuts your
Permanently.
your system down.
Yeah, your whole system.
So how many Jakes had to die for them to realize the right ratio?
Right. What they do, they just throw them away. Another test subject,
That's a nigger
5033.
anyway.
X amount. Try it again. We got so many more. Let's keep trying.
They knew we populated like rabbits.
Weeds.
And you still got Jake trying to get their 40 acres in it. You ain't gonna get it, man. We don't even want it. What the fuck? The hell? We don't want nothing here, man. We want our own kingdom. We want rulership. They're over 40 acres in a goddamn
Shit, my
mule.
Not even a
question
Clydesdale horse. Give me some fucking
right.
a real horse or some shit.
Stallion.
A stallion, yeah.
Right, right. A
Thoroughbred.
mule is a mule is basically like a mutt.
Yes, a mix between a horse and
A donkey.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't even. Mules can't even
Pit bull.
procreate. So you gonna give me an animal that's basically when it died, it died.
Right.
That's Esau.
Right.
no type of resource. He ain't looking to break bread, man.
God damn.
Shit, they ain't got no room for no 40 acres to give out you.
Yeah, what 40 acres?
40 acres where?
Hey, the brother Rock just said Jake looking for 40 ounces in a pit bull.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I guarantee if they had that, all right, you want 40 acres in a mule, you want 40 ounces in a pit. Jake gonna tell you 40 ounces.
Shoot.
All day.
Shit,
We standing on the block like this.
Ain't no farmer.
Niggas gonna get mad at you.
They don't know what to do with
I
it.
mean, your mom and uncles call. You better take them 40 ounces, nigga.
Jake gonna tell you.
We needs that.
Right.
Yeah.
Never trust thy enemies.
Never
For
trust
like-
thine enemy. Keep going.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Keep going.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, ye take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, so the so-called white men on your job, or the ones you deal with from day to day, they be humble as hell, man. You'll talk to you like, it's all right, devil, man.
Betty will bring muffins on Monday.
That shit bring muffins,
Blueberry muffins.
you know? Nice as hell. Yeah, buying food.
Starbucks.
But see what happens, that Jake will get lower that guard to act like that. Next thing you know, they're chilling with Esau at happy hour, man.
They do that.
Esau covering the tab.
Token black guy.
That's why you have Jake that being what? These college institutions, and they grow up like they house niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't finna say a damn thing about the white man.
Oh yeah.
He done got him a scholarship. He done paid him. Jake making 300,000 plus a year. You know, they living in the nicest parts of the city. They could go on Phipps,
Eating $100 steaks.
eating $100 steaks. They wearing the Gucci's, Louis Laboutins, all this other stuff. They ain't got nothing against them so-called white man. The enemy. Shit, these $1,000 shoes on my
Shit.
feet.
It's niggas that
Shit, it's niggas.
It's
Niggas, my
that
enemy.
care. What about black on black crime?
Y'all the reason why. They blame us. Y'all the reason why. This shit fucked
They
up.
had the big band on Gucci. What was it? Was it Gucci, right?
Yeah.
It was Louis Vuitton.
It's Gucci.
Yeah.
They had a ban on these fashion designers. You had certain Jakes like they ain't having it. Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd,
Yeah,
that shit was funny, man. He's like, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
He like,
It was-
fuck it.
He went in there and dropped the bag and then
You know what's
the
funny?
show.
The ban was only because Tip was really pushing it. T.I. Right? The ban was only for 3 months.
Yeah, niggas forgot about this.
Niggas bought more Gucci, man.
All right.
Well, what I mean is the ban. It was only for 3 months that they were gonna. So right after 3 months is up, you're gonna go right back.
That was their day of
Oh, they
atonement.
said
Yeah. It was only it was a time
The
limit.
owners of Gucci like, we get
It's only a 3 month time
Any
limit.
That
goddamn.
was their day of atonement.
What they gonna lose out on a couple million? That's a
Right.
$1.5 billion industry. And that bullshit that they sell, which of course is luxury, attire, this and that. Man, a lot of that stuff they just send over here and they mark it
That
up.
shit overpriced.
$30
like a bitch.
t-shirt.
Overpriced.
Let's send it to the whole other side of the world and sell it for $1,700. They ain't gonna know the difference.
Nah, so this is
Dumbasses.
Egyptian cotton.
Yeah, this ain't. Because what they do, they'll. That's the thing about resources. Esau knows how to control resources and make it where you can't get access to this. You can't get access to this. So
Textile
spread
industry.
their textile industry. They got coverage, and they have they have like private stocks and all this bullshit. You got to go through the gatekeepers in order to actually get access to certain goods.
That's why.
And then they'll ban products.
That's why Kanye was in such an uproar many years ago when he was trying to do his own fashion line.
Yeah.
And they were like, he spent, I think, remember he had spent like $50 million or something trying to get into the fashion industry. And he was like, man, they don't even let you get, but like you said, a nigga don't know resources. So like he was speaking on it, he was like, man, they don't give you access to certain colors, access to certain fabrics that they have because they keep it to themselves. And that's the point of having resources. When you are a resourceful individual, you control who has access to it.
right.
And
You're not gonna give it to you ain't gonna give it to a nigga in the projects that's specific, like how you always go into the color purple. That's an expensive color.
Yep.
You know, just because now you can go in any store. Hell, people own colors.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay-Z blue.
You know, but niggas didn't even know that until Jay-Z.
Yeah,
But how long have you been? Every time you this color blue, somebody has the rights to
Somebody
it.
has the rights to it, yeah.
See the patent to it.
That's why the book Ecclesiasticus, what 14 says, riches are not coming to a nigga,
Wait, hold on.
and what will an envious man do with money?
Yeah.
You see, once they get it, they don't, like they said, they don't know the resources or the source from where that particular subject. It's the etymology of the source. It's like, I got silk. Well, I want the silkworm, damn it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck the silk. Give me the thing that makes the silk.
Right, and then in order to get the silkworm, you gotta own the land that the silkworm, the trees and that they grow on. You own the land, and you own. Cause that's why Jake is really small-minded. You gotta be about the big picture. Really, what you want is commodities.
Yep.
And they push gold and silver, but what about stone? What about things like for example, right? Silicon. Okay? You know, if you own silicon, you got silicon, that's probably like the most important component to everything you see around you. Especially with this technology, these phones, these computers, these cars, because that's why you got Silicon Valley. You know? And they get that material and they use that to create the circuit boards and create. You got that. If you got certain materials,
That's power, man.
natural resources, then you can control the people. Copper.
See, if I may say, that's why Iran is so pivotal, because like you said, silicone, uranium. That's why America wants to go in there so bad, because uranium is made to make the nuclear weapons.
Right? And uranium is an element that's natural to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Hey, y'all brothers got it.
I got I'm gonna get that joke.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Right. So right now we're wiping the looking glass to fully reveal the so-called white man.
Yep.
Like we're going into the resources that he owned to show his power. We're going into all these things and we're exposing how he makes it inaccessible. He makes it where you actually can't get on his tracks. You know, you got Jakes that are speaking about black-owned banks. Using a white man's dollar.
Right.
Who's on a $100 bill? With that Franklin?
Yep.
Who's on a $10 bill? Who's on a $1 bill? Who's on all these different coinages that's meant to purchase? Who actually owns the Federal Reserve? That actually takes millions of dollars daily and shreds it up.
Right. Like even if they put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, well, Trump said they ain't gonna do that, by the way. Okay, even if they did, man, they could put Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, Harriet Tubman, Mike Tyson, and Oprah on any of these bills. It don't matter, okay? Because unless you own the materials that the Federal Reserve uses to print the money, unless you own print, it don't matter who, man, they could put Elmo and Big Bird on the money. If that's what they say is currency to use to spend, you gotta use it.
Use it, niggas.
America don't even own the people that print the money. These banks, this international bank. It's like on another country. America don't own the Federal Reserve.
It's bigger than that, man.
Right.
Put Big Bird on.
Yeah, that nigga, that cool nigga, not Big Mike, Killer Mike.
Yeah, Killer Mike, yeah.
Yeah, I remember years ago they had that big debate here with him and Tyrese almost got into it. And his whole thing was like, man, we need this, because you know, the bank over here off of North Ave, North Ave by the train station, that's Sunrise, that's a black-owned bank. And they was trying to get everybody to open up accounts in these black-owned banks. And it's like, nigga, the money is white.
Right.
Why don't you niggas create your own currency?
They ain't keeping the law.
Right.
What about interest rates?
Right.
You get a loan with Sunrise, they're gonna put hella interest rates on your head. That's usually in the scriptures.
Because guess who owns them? The FDC.
Yeah.
Which is owned by who? The
FDIC,
international bankers.
Yeah. So they're taxpayers. Even these smaller banks, they have a bigger guys, big wigs that they have to report to.
But you know what? These guys are Killer Mike. These niggas are author. They let them. Esau gives them the ability and the platform to say what they're saying. They're authorized to be kind of conscious.
I think it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, it don't matter. Esau got this thing locked, stock, and barrel. There ain't no resources you want. Esau owns the military, millions of men, law enforcement, all this gun production, all these big boys, these long guns. Who's creating these things, man?
Right.
And mass production, bombs, media, buildings, road systems, slaves. Job 9:24.
I got it right here.
Bush family making bullets.
Yeah, the bullets.
This Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, so the earth, that which is on top of the earth, which who stands on top of the earth, people, and that which is under the earth is given. It was actually given. When something is given, that means that it was bestowed from one hand to the next. And who actually gave this so-called white man this power? The Heavenly Father.
Romans 13:1.
That's right. Yep. And the power was ordained and predestined in Genesis 27. What it said that Esau was going to possess the dew or the fatness of the earth. And he controls the fatness of the earth, man.
Hey,
that's why all these different lands are named after white people. You got Africa. You got Jake, they run around saying they Africa. Leo Scipio Africanus
Asia
was a white man. Which his brother was Asiaticus. He was a white man. You have all these different like Antioch. But you got an Antioch even in Georgia, man.
Yeah, you do.
You got Rome, Georgia. All Athens, Georgia. Smyrna. You got Dade County in Florida. That was named after General Dade. That was putting that big boy whooping on the natives' asses, man. You know, the list goes on and on.
It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth is given into the hand. The hand represents what? Power, might, control.
Yod.
Yep, that word yod. When you have a hand, what can you do? You can clutch and make a fist. A fist is a weapon of beating people down with, man. And the so-called white man is beating the shit out of people with his power. Drug production.
Yep.
When Esau hit, I always forget to go into when Esau hit Afghanistan and these different lands, drug addiction jumped through the roof.
Yeah, it wasn't. Niggas wasn't. People wasn't addicted to pharmaceutical drugs like it is now. 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Or prior to 2000.
Right.
Now everybody's a substance abuse addict, man.
Right, because that didn't happen until after they went into Iraq, Afghanistan, and them regions. Then all of a sudden, I go from trapping to using. Because they now have the control of the resources to create the drugs, so you can use it now.
And they created that gangster rap. That's how we know that gangster rap was created. Because back then, you had a revolutionary fight the power, express yourself. You always had Jake. Prior to gangster rap, you had Jake that was speaking a little common sense, man. And then it developed. It got more raw. Shoot that nigga. Slap that bitch. And then it got to the point of smoking, robbing. Now it's at the point of doing the drugs.
Yep. And this is why this
Molly Percocets.
Yep. Right.
I didn't even know about these drugs till they really started rapping about it.
Yeah.
You hear about it like Molly and Percocets. But you think all that white people shit.
They went from gangsters to warlocks.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, and this is why
drug dealers to drug takers.
And this is why this truth is so important. Right? Because to understand all of that and to understand what's going on, right? Because you got like you mentioned, Killer Mike and the black-owned banks and all of that, right? You gotta, I said FDC earlier, FDIC, but you gotta. If you read Deuteronomy 28, it says that we're gonna have to go to Esau for the want of all things. So it doesn't matter how many franchises of Starbucks you just acquired the funding money for. So now you got three Starbucks in the Atlanta area, right? Or now you got a slutty vegan truck and a brick and mortar. It don't matter. You can have all that, okay? But guess what? You don't own.
You don't own the black beans that go into your black bean burgers.
Right. You don't own the
fake black beans at that.
You don't own the wheat fields that makes the tortillas and the wraps.
You don't own none of that shit.
You don't own none of that, man.
You don't even own swine.
You don't own the cows that produce the beef or the goat that produce. You don't own that. That's wealth.
That's what wealth is.
Okay.
Oh, we get that in Genesis.
Yep.
Yeah, 14.
Genesis 14.
What's
you
the
know?
saying? You gotta pot the piss in the one to throw it out of.
Yeah.
They ain't got
Right,
shit.
You know?
Yeah, and you might own you got a lot of Jakes that purchase the Chick-fil-A's. You might have the owner, making a couple million. Millions is it's not even about the money, man. Esau controls the money. It's not even about all right, how many Federal Reserves you got,
Right.
your investments. Esau owns the diamond district, the gold. Like we just spoke about resources, oil, these gasoline, all these different when you actually go to get your gas and things of that nature. You mainly see Arabs and stuff, because really a lot of them Saudis in them Arabic lands cut deals with Esau, man. They own those different districts.
Like British BP is British
Petroleum. Yep. You see? So it's bigger than that.
And it's them Arabs that own your local 7-Eleven, they not making money off the gas, man.
Right.
They're not making, gas stations don't make their money off of gas. They make money off of your ass going inside the gas station and buying lottery tickets.
Yep.
Fake
Beer.
incense.
That's where the actual gas station owner makes their money off of. But Esau is the one that's making all the money off of the oil and the petroleum. I got a precept real quick. This is Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee."
And who spoiled us as a nation? The so-called white man. How did he apprehend all these different resources? Because a lot of these resources he controls here in America, but it's all over. It comes from different parts of the world. A lot of it comes from Africa. A lot of it comes from the Middle East. But it's shipped here because you have controllers that actually have full authority and full dominion over certain realms where the resources are produced. That's why you have something that was known in Africa known as blood diamonds. They had those Hamites basically scratching tooth and nail to mine those diamonds, basically damn near to death. And they would take those diamonds and they would bring them where? Here to America, and you have Claire's, you have Jared's. Now diamonds is what? A girl's best friend. And diamonds doesn't even hold value, man. That's basically a cap itself. Diamonds aren't really the highest commodity. It's not a price commodity. They're basically intrinsically worthless. They have a worth to it because it's in the scriptures, but it's abundant. It's not rare.
Everybody should. I think I watched the video. Everybody should have diamonds.
A diamond is like buying a car.
Yeah. That's why these Jakes up there, they'll buy these $100,000 chains. You see Jake, fat ass pendant.
There's all type of flaws in them diamonds, man. That cut is all jacked up. You look in the little thing, it's yellow as hell.
Jake
Stop.
what is a nigga? What does a nigga want to do with a watch? You want a bust down rolling. A bust down rolling. Here it is. It started out a $40,000 watch, and you want to bust it down. Now it's worthless. Like literally, it's worthless. You change the, like Esau had watches that he'd have in a safe. Like he don't even watch it because it's an investment. He looks at it like, I'm buying this watch as an investment. It's gonna appreciate over time, and then I can either sell it or I can use this as my retirement. Niggas will take a perfectly good watch and fuck it up.
Put diamonds
for other niggas.
Just get a plain Jane.
Like, bro, our people are through in all aspects.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a car.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, he fulfilled everything he had to fulfill. Job 9:24, he accomplished that. He spoiled everybody. He runs everything. You have AFRICOM. You have, what's the other comms? AmeriCom. I think in Asia, you got AsiaCom, whatever it's called, which is U.S. bases all over. Look at U.S. bases. You see there every goddamn word, man. But this is the time for the so-called white man society to fall. He reached the apex. He's at the height of the clouds. He reached the pinnacle of and that's how we know that the next transition is really just chipping people. How much more they're gonna update these goddamn cars? You know, how much more they're gonna update these phones? You have a term known as electronic miniaturization, where technology is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Back then, you would have those telephones, them shits damn near as big as your body. You know, talking, and what happened? It gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's gonna turn into the microchip. So we're living in those times of the end of the so-called white man society. You got something? Or you done with that?
I got some. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him?
Yeah, this is the time where the so-called white man's kingdom in itself is being taunted. He's getting shit talked to him. Donald Trump, everybody hates him. You have the, I think Iran, the president of Iran was speaking about America, Donald Trump recently, talking this shit. Yep. You know, all these different nations, they get together and they talk shit about America. And they have dreams about bombing this place, man. Mm-hmm. You had them Russians, choir. That Russian choir was, singing that song about blowing America up.
Right. Yep. And talking about you niggas asleep.
Yep.
they made sure they pinpointed out Jake in America like y'all.
We fuck with you Russians, but you still Edomites.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you the devil too.
You know?
You just through the spirit of the Lord, you're gonna be that tool to actually destroy the other counterpart of yourself.
And they're gonna destroy themselves.
Satan's kingdom divided against itself.
And the Lord said, his sword shall fall upon his own pate.
Red on red crime.
Yeah. Red on red crime.
It's Esau.
And say, woe to him that increases that which is not his.
Who's increasing that which isn't his? All right, we just dealt with the Spanish conquistadors. We dealt with the French. We dealt with really all of this whole world as we know it, everything we stepped on. This is Native American land. This wasn't named America. It was known as what, Turtle Island. You had all these different parts of the different states that were named after Native Americans. So-called white men came and renamed every goddamn thing. Now this white man's land. You go in and you go to certain, you know, whether it's federal owned areas like parks and things of that nature. Oh, like Stone Mountain. Yep. That was a major meeting center. I think it was the Cherokee for the Cherokee Indians. Mm-hmm. Now the Cherokees got to pay money in order to go there and visit.
Yep.
And we went to one of the powwows where they'll do the little tours. And they'll charge your ass damn near what, like $20, $25 to get in those powwows, bro. Yep. Who's making all this goddamn money? And then you have they probably paying those Native Americans cheap as hell to go tour on powwows. Yeah. Give them
$8 an hour.
$8 an hour.
Taxed.
They only make money when they perform it. Everything on the road is free expense. You know?
Your own expense.
And you see that even in those, you know, people think we just actually being humorous. You watch old circus movies, and you'll see that's how they used to do it. They would have the buses damn near the size of that, and they touring circus freaks all over the world, for lack of a better term, because they basically just freaks. And what happens? They
is that an Indian?
The leader, in most cases, downplays them for their deficiency. They keep beating them down, and they keep them low so that they can actually keep the oppression on them and keep the control over them. Right? Yeah. Smoke.
How long? Into him that laded himself with thick clay.
And to him that laded himself with thick clay. That word clay in the Hebrew is a batya, which is debt. Check the U.S. debt clock. Them numbers is going up. Trillions upon trillions of dollars that the federal government is in debt by, and you have debt per citizen. Each and every one of us citizens are with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Yep. That's why you'll work these jobs.
Plus what you already in debt. You know?
Yeah. You'll work these jobs and you feel like you ain't getting nowhere. Because the so-called white man set it up deliberately to put you in an area, and he knows how much you're gonna make and he knows how much you're gonna spend. All right, you're gonna make $500 a week. 480 of that mine.
Right.
What are you gonna do with that 20? More than likely, he gonna be oppressed because he keep working and ain't making nothing from it, and he gonna put the 20 towards dope. To
keep his sanity.
To keep his sanity. Because after all this work, you're doing 60 hours a week, 65 hours a week. Your back is hurting. Your bones is hurting. Your muscles is tense.
Your psyche is down.
Your psyche is down.
Overall, just energy.
Look at Jake Bill.
You ain't laying nothing down like that, so your testosterone is all over the goddamn place. So what most people turn to? They turn to drugs, man. They turn to alternative forms of relief.
Yep.
You know, being an employee at Walmart got to be the highest level of slavery in America right now. Because it's like, literally, you there all the time. And when you get your check, where you spending it at Walmart. Walmart making money off of you, and when you get paid, you gonna spend it right there.
Get it right back.
You gonna give it right back. You
might as well
literally,
work for free.
you might as well just work for free. Like, all right, basically, just give me that Friday an hour to run through this motherfucker and just collect.
Right, just collect your dudes.
That'd be better off. Just walk out.
Right, the buggy is right here, man.
Like literally, they give you the check and you go get some shit, and they be like, all right, you owe $400.
Okay.
Yep, get right back.
You check right here.
Then if I can say you get a check, you can cash that Walmart. They get
Cash that Walmart.
They figure out.
And that Walmart
That's
family.
slavery.
Hey, Walmart.
What's the Walmart family name?
Waltons.
Walton family. Some real demons, man. You have Disney, Walt Disney, you're another high-level witch. All these witches, man. The Lord has to bring them down, man. This, like we said earlier, the entertainment. Who controls all that? White people, man. What big black entertainment ring do you know of? Or what black control area does the so-called black, Latino, and Native American troops control? You have Latins, in South Central America that control cocaine. That's one of the main resources that they have, and that's destructive. They just use these El Chapos, these Noriegas, these Pablo Escobars as centerpieces.
They're just CIA fronts.
CIA cooperatives to help push. They're known as pushers, man. That's why El Chapo always getting fucking out of jail, man.
Yeah.
Like, how this man always finding some goddamn new exit route? But you got motherfuckers that's been in that prison 10 times longer than them, and they ain't found no exit route.
Right.
Because the guards is opening the doors.
Literally.
Escorting them out in a black helicopter.
Escorting them out.
You know, this let me read this here. This is Job 20:15. He had swallowed down riches, and he shall bundle them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. So everything that this man's been stealing, the Lord is going to cause him to regurgitate it back up. Meaning, basically, the Heavenly Father's going to transfer everything that they had and give it right back to his people. Okay?
Riches are never destroyed.
You know?
They just translate from one kingdom to the next. They come from the earth. They come from the earth. All Solomon's riches, they never got destroyed. King David, all these kings, they never got destroyed. They took those resources, and you see a lot of them in the museums. Even the riches of Egypt. You have the Pharaoh, they keep the whole body. They take those mummified corpses and they'll throw them in a museum and they'll charge you to go look at so-and-so Pharaoh, you know, whether it's King Tut.
It was one of them that just did a tour around the country a few years back. Remember that?
So they do it like every year, I think.
Every few years, like they had those different tide or whatever. They send his rotten ass around the country.
Right.
Man. Charge you $30 to go see it.
If that's really even his body, it might just be a Hollywood replica.
He sounds the ultimate finesse.
Right.
Oh, they do the same thing with these dinosaur bones.
Dinosaur bones, yeah.
Oh, a lot of those dinosaur bones are man-made. You think that was a T-Rex from 38 million years ago.
Right.
And we're paying top dollar to touch it.
Right. Hey, well, I looked up. I was doing some studying this week, right? And this Edomite had found this femur, this giant femur. He found a femur, right? And when they I got it on my phone, but I'm streaming. But and it said when you like measure the femur, right? It goes into like that there were giants in the earth, and like giant men.
Yeah.
And it was and when he measured it, it was like they said that these were equivalent to the people of Gath. All right. So basically, they found
those Philistines.
The Philistines are really like how tall. He found one of their femurs. It was in the Middle East. But basically, that line,
Sudan.
that statue goes back to those people over there. Okay, just like it goes back to the biblical people of Gath.
Yeah, they have they found an armory those Philistines or the Sudanese. I think they said they found a battle axe. Battle axe like 150 pounds. It was tall. So you gotta think about it. You've ever worked on a job site, man, and you used a 5-pound sledgehammer?
Right.
5 pounds.
Yep.
Gonna pull your back.
Man, you're gonna be tired after a few swings. So you imagine wielding a battle axe that's 150 pounds.
Like
Oh,
Swift.
yep. Oh, and this was the point. They said, judging by the femur,
like
they had to be like 18 feet tall.
Oh man.
So anywhere from like 15 to 18 feet.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at Bowl and in the day, that's
midgets.
hard. Right. I
They
think
midgets compared to
how
their
that used to
ancestors.
be. And another point too was what he said was I think it's in the British London Museum, right? But he said it's only a replica. So when you go to the museums, it's only a replica of the actual bones. And he said because if you were to get the actual bone, it's too fragile. It's too fragile. So they say they either don't exhume it all the way, like out of the thing, you know, like out of the ground, or is it what they usually do? They either just sell it off, or it's in somebody's private home collection.
Oh yeah.
And you know who
trillionaires.
These Rothschild, man, they got everybody bones.
Yeah.
You know, but that's Jeremiah 8:1.
Yeah, the white man is a bone collector. That's why you have the
Skull and Bone Society.
that's why you have the Skull and Bones Society. And in the Skull and Bones, which I went there years ago with a couple brothers. At your university, they say that Geronimo's head is there, man.
Yeah, the cup in front of that picture with baby Bush in it, right? That skull right there is supposed to be Geronimo.
Yeah.
They said they get power from it and all.
Yeah, they said they drop.
It makes
power
them
from
brave and courageous.
They have at Harvard University the book bound in human skin, man. It's a legendary book. It's actually human flesh coated as the cover of the book, man. This man is a devil, man.
But I have this precept I want to read real fast. About, like you said, about the men of stature. This is Deuteronomy 3:10.
Oh, yeah.
All the cities of the plain and all Gilead and all Bashan unto Salcah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of giants.
Oh, that's what they mentioned too. It was like the same guy that had the femur. He mentioned about Og of Bashan, and that these people go back to the giants. And it was like the guy, man. It was like the femur was probably as big as one of the brothers, man.
And the femur, that's from the knee down, right?
Femur.
Your femur is from the knee down, right?
Your femur,
or is that the femur from the knee
your
up?
thigh bone.
The
Yeah,
thigh
your
bone,
knee
yeah.
up. Yeah, your femur. I think you got two femur bones, one in the front, one in the back.
Okay.
You know. But basically, it was like, if you measure it, the person had to be like from 15, 16, 18 feet, you know? And shoot, the Giants were huge.
Oh.
But you know that we were taller.
We were tall too. We
You
weren't
know,
5'8".
10, 11 feet tall.
We were small, kind
No,
of
we're
small
small
compared to
compared to
them.
them, yeah.
Because that's why when you read about in Deuteronomy about the spies that went to go to stake out and examine the land, and you had certain spies that were scared as hell when they seen those Hamites. They said we like grasshoppers compared to them.
Yeah.
Super Hamites. They said they was coated.
Armor.
Big ass swords.
Black as hell.
They felt like, how the hell we gonna take them down? It was the spirit of power, Yahweh, Shemal, Shah. Our forefathers have legacies taking down men triple their size, man.
Yep.
Triple the times of army. That's why we gotta have faith in these times now.
Huge animals, lions,
Yeah, huge
elephants,
animals. Yep.
You know?
God damn.
Continuing on, it says, "Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not in Rebath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man."
So he was known to have high stature. I think I recorded, I think I actually researched that. I think about 15 feet or something to that degree. I may be mistaken, brothers, do the research.
Or more, like
Or more.
Or more.
But that was his bedstead. That was what he would actually lay his head on, and it was of iron. So individuals were big as hell back then.
15 foot. Not seeing 20.
20 feet tall.
And then, like I said, and that's average. So imagine seeing, because you know, sometimes you get abnormal men. So an abnormal person would probably be from like 20 feet up.
30 feet tall and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
It tells you in Esdras how we lost our stature. Our stature represents our height. You know, this world is shrinking, this world is dying, and the nutrients, as we know it, is being sucked out of the earth, so it's being sucked out of our bodies. And when you deal with bones that the minerals are being sucked out of you, like arthritis and things of that nature, what happens? Your body starts to shrivel up, man.
Deteriorate.
Scoliosis.
Scoliosis.
And I say that the reason why things
Calcium deficiency.
are smaller or bigger, right, is because of oxygen. When you got more oxygen, you get bigger. You know?
Like working out.
But what does Esau do? Esau, right. But Esau, you know, pollutes the air, it pollutes the water. Water, one of the main ingredients of water is what? Oxygen.
H2.
Okay.
Hydrogen. Oxygen.
Esau's a damn vampire.
Man, Esau, man.
Just
he
sucking
really
up everything.
fucked the earth. He really destroyed the earth, like the scriptures say, man. You know?
Psalms 80:25.
I think that's why after the nuclear missiles and the atmosphere, you know, everything is cleaned out, it's gonna what? It's gonna allow, it's gonna, you know, because the elements is gonna repair what Esau fucked up.
It's gonna
It's gonna
cleanse
destroy it. It's gonna cleanse it. So what? More oxygen. So that means you're gonna have more animals. You're gonna have bigger trees. You know,
Bigger people.
bigger people. You know, bigger.
Looking like avatars, man.
Yeah, like Avatar.
And the Avatar was a spiritual movie with Esau golden to the records, and Gad was known to be big as hell. They were known to be very athletic. They said their lacrosse games was damn near like a state runaway, so to speak.
Yeah, state, yeah.
You know?
State to state.
One
yeah.
side of the damn near the state to damn near the next side, man. They were like super people.
From like
They still got-
Virginia to the mountains, I think, Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, we're known to have a lot of stamina, but they fell to that Gallic gun. You got something?
Yeah, this is 2nd Esdras 5:54. It says, "Consider thou therefore also that ye are less of stature than those that were before you."
Yes, so consider that therefore also that thou art less in stature between them that are before you. Our forefathers, ancient men were big as hell.
Yes, sir.
That's why even Goliath's brother, he was known to have like 12
Yeah, 6 fingers.
6
yeah.
toes.
12
Six
fingers.
fingers on each hand and each foot.
Yeah, six fingers on each
Yeah,
hand.
12
each foot.
digits.
Hey, you ever seen like pictures of in Egypt of the pyramid when like people today will stand next to them big ass bricks that they use blocks to make the pyramid, and they like an ant compared to that block. It's like they're thinking in their mind people like our size was making man,
No, it was way bigger.
way bigger.
Bigger, man. We shrinking and shriveling up. The pyramids is big as shit. That's why even to this day, how is it as technology develops, they still haven't developed enough intellect to build something as constructive and as prominent as something that was all the way back then. Ancient pyramids, ancient ziggurats. You have pyramids in Mexico that's real intricate. Or you have these spherical, big ass spherical balls in what is that in South America? And they said that it's big as hell, big as shit. They said that they didn't have, the pulley system. They didn't have that beast of burden that could actually carry these big ass spheres from one side of the world to the next. And the actual the texture of the material or the type of material isn't even native in that area. It's miles out. So, hey, it's a lot of mysteries, but we know them through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, and that's one indicator. We were larger back then.
Yep.
We were stronger back then.
Yep.
We were wiser back then. As time progressively continues, we're actually losing strength. We're actually that's where you have the term degenerate. D is to take away, and generate is generation. As the generations progress, we're retrogressing or regressing. We're getting weaker
Because of the wickedness.
because of the wickedness. Look at it. Hey, look at the generation today. If everything was progressing, you would have Jakes in the rap industry that would be better than Tupac, better than the old rappers. I think you got fucking homo rappers now. Man.
Right.
Everything skirts, Weak as hell, brittle.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans. Read it over.
But it's
that was the main point, right?
That was pretty much it.
All right.
hey, and this technology, right? Like this technology that we're using today, man. A lot of them nations and kingdoms and empires had technology. You know, electricity. Okay, like certain buildings, certain like stuff in the pyramids and stuff. Man, them archaeologists be over there and they discovering all kinds of artifacts, all kinds of things. And all Esau does is take the same premise today. Like they say they had ancient computers in Greece.
I seen that video.
Because Greece was known for arithmetic.
Yeah.
You know, which was Jake, creating stuff. You know, they had primitive, which it didn't work like it worked today because it wasn't time for that technology to take over the earth. But they understood how certain things work. Yeah. Okay, and all Esau did was take that same blueprint, and because the Heavenly Father gave him the wisdom and the knowledge, he perfected it. So now you got computers. Okay, now you got these damn e-scooters riding around the city. You got the internet. Okay, because it was increasing the time of the end. But them ancient nations, empires, even Jake, we had technology, the Urim and the Thummim. Okay, the way the stones and the gold and all that is electrical conduits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, metals are like you said, conduits or conductors.
Mm-hmm. The way the ark was built. Also, I always bring it up about how Esau tried to recreate the ark, and then when they did it, lightning started electrical current. Right. It's conducted for the current of electricity, which chariots use that. Most High uses that. Fire and lightnings and stuff. That's what he used.
Yeah, so-called white men just developed the technology, which the word technology, if I'm not mistaken, is the study of tech. Tech is, I think, a skill of crafting. He developed witchcraft, basically. He developed minerals, which he didn't develop minerals, but he actually learned how to utilize certain minerals all over the earth and combine them and create these different things. And basically, that's how he revolutionized. Which a lot of these things he didn't even create his damn self. He just stole it. That's why you have the term, the real McCoy. He'll take he took a lot of stuff from slaves, man. The construction of the cotton gin and all these different things that black people had the intuition and the wisdom to create, and he took it and patented it, man. You got that Psalms?
You wanted the Psalms?
Psalms 82 and 5.
All right, this is Psalms 82 and 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yeah, so everything is out of course. Everything has been thrown out of whack. You have women ruling over men.
Yep.
That's the prophecy. Was that Jeremiah 3:22? By 3:12, I should create a new thing. A woman shall compass that about a man. It says children are their oppressors and women rule over them.
Yep.
You are now you're eating GMO foods, genetically modified organisms.
Right.
The genetics are playing a pivotal pivotal role in exterminating your ass, man. Even a majority of a lot of these foods, they're not even natural anymore. Corn, there's no longer actually really natural corn. 95% of corn is genetically modified, man. And you eat that, it's reconstructing your DNA, bugging your brain out.
Yep.
That's why you see people in the psych wards and all these different these areas of these psychopaths. It's growing, man. The numbers is growing. The spirits split. These paranoid schizophrenics, bipolarism, anxiety. A lot of those things come from your food, man. Anxiety and a lot of these things come from lack of magnesium.
Yep, magnesium is very
important.
Yep.
Actually, me,
at the crib.
I actually one thing I have is like bruxism. Bruxism is grinding teeth. People know that grinding teeth, but the technical term is bruxism. They say bruxism comes from lack of magnesium. So you know you can take magnesium supplements and all this shit, but our bodies is through, man. Like I said, a lot of times you have vision impairments. That comes from lack of vitamin A, lack of certain minerals in your eyes.
Lutein. Lutein in your eyes. Yeah.
And you have a lack of clarity. You have fog vision. You have people today that can't even read. They can't even go through chapters without focusing. It's hard as hell for most people to read because of what? The food. If you actually ate certain foods that were bodily nutritious, you had a green-based diet that was natural greens and things of that nature. You actually, like you said, drinking water that was highly supplied in oxygen, proper ions and things of that nature.
Ionization.
Yeah, ionization. Then you would be swift, man. You know, you would be bigger. You be looking at these Jake be looking bro, looking like they're gonna drop dead. You gotta think, even us as men. Back then, a lot of men didn't even have to work out to actually have a toned look. We gotta break our backs in order to have a little physique now. What's working out? That ain't even our culture, man. Working out came from ancient Greece, where you would get under the bales, or you would get under the weights, and you did resist training in order to actually gain some muscle mass.
Push pull.
Yeah, push and pull.
Shit, our working out back then was killing a lion.
Hell yeah. And men were naturally buff because what? They was on the earth. Oh, you have these different women that you know, they doing all this running and calisthenics and you know, all these different things to get their aesthetics up. You had women in the ancient world, their lifestyle kept their shape.
Yep.
From the food, you got to think how to prepare a meal. That was work. You can get that in Genesis.
How they cleanse themselves.
How they cleanse themselves. They were soaking the oils for dirge at the time. With dealing with essential oils, that would be like lavender oil, myrrh, frankincense, tea tree, peppermint, cloves.
If I may say too,
you would actually take those different oils and make baths, and those essential oils are known as detoxifiers. You know, exfoliates the skin and all that. You know, and that alone actually cleanses the body.
If I may say too, you know, a lot of our people deal with like sickle cell anemia or G6PD deficiency, which I was talking about, which is a lack of iron. That comes from your herbs, your greens that you eat. Now, if you have a good blood system, a cleansed blood system, you know, running throughout your circulatory system, then that's going to your muscles. You see what I'm saying? Which develops them in a correct manner.
Well, that's why your muscles are red, because your blood runs through them.
Your blood runs through them.
All the elements, right? Like for example, right? Like all the elements that's in a computer or a phone, all the elements you can find in your body.
Yep.
You can find magnesium, iron,
zinc,
gold,
copper,
gold, silver, copper,
trace
all
minerals.
Yep. You got main elements like, of course, oxygen and all of that. Then you got your trace minerals. All that's found in the human body.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why when you're sick, one major thing that people say to take is colloidal silver. Because those colloidal components, which we was dealing with conductors, they're conductors in your system. They activate certain minerals in your system, and they also they're also known to go in your body and kill certain things that become resistant. Like you'll have what they call antibiotic resistant bacteria, superbugs, and when it's in your body, it resists any type of antibiotics, natural antibiotics that you may take. But when you actually, you know, taking like silver, certain parts per million colloidal silver, it actually goes in your body and it fights against viruses, it fights against pathogens, bacteria, and cleanses those different things out of your body, and your body can't duplicate. Because a lot of those things like viruses, I think they create like a cell wall. They create a cell wall and they duplicate and they become resistant to the point where if you try to take certain things, it can't push out of your body. That's why you have diseases like HIV. You have syphilis. chlamydia, a lot of these diseases are hard as hell to get out your body because they'll create cell walls and they'll duplicate in your body and become resistant to whatever type of foods that you're actually eating. So you need something super advanced. It's like technology versus technology.
The demons.
The demons. You need to, which people actually, when dealing with herbs, witches actually call it like white magic. They say like white magic to kill off the black magic. Which, you know, it's not, of course, witchcraft, but you need certain things in your body to go in your body to fight off those different diseases.
Like turpentine.
Which it kills off all the free radicals.
Free radicals.
Like a lot of green leafy foods, like the brother mentioned, got iron and all that. A lot of them, because what it does, like I said, we got all the trace minerals. They got all them. I ain't trying to get too deep, but basically, your body is like naturally electrified, right? Now, let's
drink electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
All right, electrolytes. Now, for example, when you got, I'm gonna use computer again. You got a computer, right? And it doesn't get the right voltage and it's not electrified. What happens to it? Shut down. You can't use it. Short circuits, right? But if your body is getting the right amount of minerals and the right amount of conductive elements in the body, your body's gonna function. Your brain functions. You know, your synapses and your brain works. Spirit, the fire of the spirit can allow your body to work.
Neurotransmitter.
Right. You know, but if your neural system is messed up, okay, then you can't produce right.
That's why I always think of a body as a car. You give your car tire changes, tire rotations, oil changes. That's the main thing.
Right.
It's the same thing with your body. When you get an oil change, you flush out the old used. Exactly. That's what fluids. Change your fluid. That's a detox. Then you replenish yourself with your new fuels, which is like your leafy greens. I've always heard on your plate it should be 80% greens, 20% protein, or like a meat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you still got your fruits that we haven't mentioned yet. You know, natural sugars, honey. You know,
stevia.
You said what?
Stevia. That's
Yep.
a natural sugar.
A natural.
You got agave.
Yep.
I got a precept nobody ain't holding on. This is 1 Timothy 5:23, and it says, "Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine own infirmities," because, like the brother was saying, those free radicals. A good way to attack free radicals is what? With antioxidants.
Yep.
And what is it? When you go into the store, like you go to a vitamin shop or a supplement store, they have a section called the resveratrol, which is an antioxidant that fights free radicals, which is fine in wine. Why go to the store and buy a bottle of resveratrol and $30? Nigga, just go buy a bottle of wine.
Yeah. All you need is like a glass or two a day.
Right.
You know, you drink it with your meal, you know, and if you follow behind like with some water, you know, and shoot, you let, you know, your body do the rest.
Yeah, because a lot of things, even in your body, like you said, antioxidants, anti is against and oxidation.
What the fuck is up with no?
Because your body actually, your body will go through oxidative stress.
Which is rust.
Which oxidation, when you take copper, you take tin, or you take certain elements, if it's laid out in the oxygen, so to speak, it'll by and by rust.
Yep.
So in order to actually cleanse that rust, you have to, with certain minerals, you know, you have to actually use certain components to actually cleanse the oxidation and actually have it where it works. You have, like you just said, we have those same minerals in our body.
Yep.
So how do you activate your electrolytes? How do you activate the silver in you, you know, so to speak? How do you activate your neurotransmitters and your neural system? A lot of times, a lot of those things come from lack of activation. That's why you have the term impotence, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Impotence, however you pronounce it, but basically you can't get your rod.
Impotency.
Impotence. The word potent goes into basically a life. You know, for something to be potent is really dense, and to actually have impotency is something going on in your body. Maybe something in your gut, maybe something in your brain. It's something where your nerves ain't connecting down there.
Yep. It shows you that in 1 Kings, the first chapter with King David, when he was cold and they tried to get him an Issacharite woman to warm him up. So
Basically get his
pretty
rod
much
up.
Get his rod up, because that's how you get your heat.
And what happens too
when you're aroused?
If your rod isn't getting up, your brain is not sending the proper signals down there for your body to actually activate to get up. It might be. It could be sometimes lack of
Like a water.
Yeah, that's why you got to take certain things. You have to take certain things to actually, whether it's elements, you got to take certain things to get your heat up, which is fire, spices. Cayenne pepper is known as a good to raise your T levels, your testosterone.
Your
You
metabolism.
got, watermelon. Watermelon is known to actually what's that component in there? L-arginine. Which people that work out, they actually
It widens your blood cells
Your blood
to
cells.
allow more blood to go through, which blood is oxygen and everything.
Hey, the main word in all is this: is you need a catalyst to spark your health.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Which is why we eat food.
Which is the food. Abhor not. What does it say? Abhor not the medicines of the earth.
Yeah.
See, and those are the herbs and stuff. Those are the catalysts of what's gonna keep you moving.
And you stay away from a lot of times starches, meats, cheeses, dairy a lot of times. Why? Because they do the opposite. They clog your system.
Yeah.
When you're drinking a lot of dairy, a lot of that stuff is thick, man.
It's like,
And it's hard for your digestive system to break that stuff down.
Got a whole bunch of
Meat.
mucus.
A lot of red meat stays in your, I think red meat out of meats, red meat stays in your system the longest. Beef is highly acidic, and that acid, when it's breaking down, it creates inflammation. It inflames the gut, it inflames the joints. That's why you have arthritis. Arthritis, you feel that burning sensation, it's inflammation. Right. You have a lot of times when you're in pain, inflammation comes from what? Acid. You have what's that? Acid reflux. Too much acid in your body. So in order to regulate that stomach acid, you have to eat alkaline. You have to take certain things to reduce your acidity and alkalize yourself. You got that in our Ciroc?
oh, salt is good too.
Yeah, salt is very good.
It's a natural electric.
Oh, you get that at Cheap Things on Earth. Ciroc was that 39?
39.26.
Oh yeah. I got something else too.
Okay, you got that?
This is Sirach chapter 38, verse 4. The Lord had created medicines out of the earth.
Yeah, so the Lord didn't intend for man to go to the pharmaceutical stores, CVS, to get prescription drugs. If you're sick, you actually have herbs of the earth that can actually heal you. You know, not Socrates.
Was it
Hippocrates, which was known as the father of medicine. Hippocrates, which was known as the father of medicine in his time. He had that quote, "Food is medicine." Your food, medicine is your food, and I think your food is your medicine, or something to that degree.
That's it.
Let medicine be thy food. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food.
Medicine be thy food. So food actually is medicine.
Yep.
Vitamin A, they come from where? Food. Vitamin B, B12, B6, B complex, C. A lot of these foods.
the colors of the foods?
Colors of the foods are food.
Like red is good for
Circulation.
yeah.
Like the shape of the foods too, which your tomato has
Four chambers.
Four chambers. You know,
Walnuts are like good for your brain.
Walnuts are good for your brain.
Carrots are good for your
eyes.
eyes.
It's good for your eyes. You cut the carrot open, you see the circular eye, like an eye. You know? That's why you gotta tap into the herbs. Now we ain't gonna be perfect. We ain't be like, we're gonna be looking like King David mighty men out here. You know, but it's always about just getting into those things, man. But you might be sick as hell, and you can actually cure yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on how you tweak. And see, the thing is, what health takes money and time.
Right.
You can't really cure yourself overnight.
Right.
Depending on this. Because if you had this ailment for 6 years, it might take a little bit of time for those vitamins to break down. Because what happens when you eat food, it goes through your large intestines, your small intestines, it breaks down, and it has to go through your bloodstream. It has to separate to the different parts depending on whatever minerals that's in your body. You know, so that takes time. It takes hours, it takes days, you know, so to speak, months, years. Consistency. But what is Esau? Why does Esau drugs work that much faster? Because he's shooting something dead in your bloodstream.
Right.
It's going straight through your bloodstream and it's being pumped all throughout your circulatory system. And a lot of times diseases actually lie in your blood. If I'm not mistaken, herpes is in your blood, man. you know, it shows externally, but the disease actually is active inside of your blood system.
Because you can cure it with a blood detox.
Yeah, you have certain blood detoxes that'll push out the grime and the filth, just like you said, like
Oil change.
You actually, what's the oil of man? The blood. Oil, when you deal with individuals with resources, oil is known as the blood of the earth.
Yeah. Yep. The light
lubricates.
Yep, because it's a lubricant.
Okay.
You know, a little bit more. Close.
It says the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Right. So if you have wise, you're gonna apply them, not abhor them, not hate them. You know, certain jakes will take certain drugs.
I hate vegetables.
Fuck that.
Fuck prune juice.
I ain't drinking that shit. We got this one jake on my job, man. Nigga, they got beef with watermelon. I go in there like a fucking man. The job ain't gonna lie. You know they'll have they lay out watermelon. And I'll be looking like a goddamn
Looking like one of them old cartoons, man.
Yeah, looking like
I'm like I fit the stereotype, man.
Fuck it.
Fucking chomping down, drinking water and shit. You know, but I know it actually has benefits. Jake's like, nah, man, fuck that. I don't want that shit. But see, Jake actually hates herbs. That's why Jake by and by becomes sicker, sicker, and sicker. And then they'll eat more.
They get that cola.
And what happens? They'll be sick by the foods, and they'll be addicted to the foods, and it's hard to break that chain.
Now you got diabetes.
Now you got diabetes.
Diabetes.
Gout.
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. And you don't know how to cure it.
That's eating too much spice.
So you close with that, then we'll close.
Okay, this is Psalms 104 and 14. He calls the grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man.
Yeah, grass is a good product for cows, and they always go to what's designed for their DNA. The cows have 2 stomachs? 4?
I think that's
4 stomachs.
They eat twice. They throw it up.
Yeah,
They eat it, regurgitate it, and throw it up. And why are they chewing the cud? Because the cud has large amounts of chlorophyll in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why cow meat is actually lawful. Instead of eating hyena or eating wildebeest, you eat a lot of those foods. They're carnivores. They eat meat. They eat acid. They eat a lot of those things, and when it breaks down in the body, it toxifies them. Mm-hmm. That's why you can't eat shellfish, shrimp, bottom feeders, catfish. All those things in the law for a reason, because of what breaks down in their body and what they're designed to actually eat. If they're living parasites. You going?
It says, an herb for the service of man,
Earth for the service of man.
that he may bring forth food out of the earth.
Food. So food comes from the earth. And you take those certain foods, depending on your sickness, and you actually use it, you can prescribe yourself. You got to be your first doctor. You know? All right, I'm sick. You know, let me get into these herbs. Let me do my research. Hey, buy a herb book, man. Get into it. Don't just wait until you're sick. That's another thing. Don't wait till you're actually chronically ill. Now you want to get deep. Already start taking it. Take it before you get sick, because our vitamin and mineral levels are still low.
And the scriptures say in Ecclesiasticus, learn before you speak and use physic unless you be sick.
That's right. So you gotta go to the physician. You gotta use those herbs before you become sick. Already boost your immune system, so when winter time hits, you don't be coughing and choking, deaf in a cough up the lungs.
Them green smoothies, man.
Should have been doing somebody.
This is one more. It says, and wine that maketh glad the heart of man, and oil to make his face to shine, and bread which strengtheneth man's heart.
And oil is very good for you. Wine is good for you. And actually, ancient bread was really good for you too. Now we know it has a lot of bleach and all this bullshit.
Like rye bread is good.
Yeah, rye bread. You have that Ezekiel, was that 4 and 7 bread?
Pumpernickel bread is good.
But Ezekiel 4 and 7 goes into the component.
Y'all down here too. Y'all in New York, y'all down here too.
Hey, we everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
Word of the Lord coming out. So with that,
He said it like he was sick as hell.
want anybody giving all praise, honor, and glory to?
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Chakadosh.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.
You niggas too? Hey, I got a question.